There are things we can do. We bring it good news and we give it to you. We judge it for podcast and connecting people and culture from getting up out of the club. Qualified people who willing to sell. The blessing that time and the efforts are rest. The brothers giving the care and the promise of them. The welcome and life without fear.
I live
Master.
Clay Paris, who make on you, I can't Sktv venue. Say my journey, Tina get I say my yamu. And yes, I know money, and more I know. And you love
Sktv, the best in Liberia. Sktv, the best in Africa. Sktv, the best in Mama Liberia. Must survive the lofa and grandmother.
And I didn't ya to money, and I said ya to money, and I couldn't play ya to money, and I could do ya to money, and I didn't ya to money, and I said ya to money, and I couldn't play ya to money, and I could do ya to money, and I forget it now ya to money. That's the TV, and I don't forget it now. So she work on my ya to money. Yeah.
Sktv, the best in Liberia. Sktv, the best in Africa. Sktv, the best in Mama Liberia. Must survive the lofa and grandmother.
There are things we can do. We bring it good news and we give it to you. We judge it for podcast and connecting people and culture from getting up out of the club. Qualified people who willing to sell. The flesh, the time and the efforts are rest. The broadcast we giving the real and the promise from best. The work with my life without fear. From Grandfather Nima to Lufa, from Riverside, River G to Chile, from Grand Crew, Bombing, Kidman, Montserrat, San to Bacalu, from Maryland, Bonk to the Mikey B. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB.
Sktv, the best in Liberia. Sktv, the best in Africa.
Indeed, Sktv, we are the best in Liberia. Sktv, we are the best in Africa. Sktv, we are the best around the world. Folks, what a way to go. Today is Friday, for matter of fact, the 20th of March. And today also is the day to celebrate because our brothers and sisters from the Muslim faith, they are also celebrating. So today we also say it's Ramadan Day for all of our Muslim brothers and sisters. Again, folks, good evening, good afternoon, good morning to all of you. Please help us share the show. Don't mind the tone of our voice. You know, sometimes this thing happen. Yeah, the call is not easy, but we are still fighting in making sure that we bring you all of the happening back home. Some of you who trust us, yeah, there are a lot of you who call us because you want to get all of the facts because there are other political people. So some of the political commentators, you know, yeah. Let me say this today. We have some of the political commentators, you know, they have their allies. The same way you have the US have their allies, and they have other people that have the political commentators. They have their side. They have the people they trust in. They have the people they want to work with. They have the people that they believe that when they people come to power, they will also get positions. That's how they say work. But for some of us, we don't care. For me, personally, for me, Mabel, on this show, I don't care who come to power. All I care about is better Liberia. I care about how our life and the life of our future generation will change. That's all I care about. I don't care about, the other party, not the other party, no. Because people destroy the institution. Amen. Oh, God, help us, Father. There are a lot of people who don't care about the institution. They destroy the institution. They don't care about the forward march, maybe of that organization or that institution that they're part of. So all they care about is how they can get rich, how their children can live best of life. That's why when you're giving people position, you gotta be careful who you're giving position to. But again, good evening. Steve will join us very soon. Mark and the rest of the team will be here till Friday. The entire team will be here this evening. It's interesting. Yes, indeed. It's Ramadan Day here. To our Muslim brothers and sisters, I want to say happy Ramadan to all of you. Those of you who've been supporting us, including Mr. Kane, the CEO of Sktv also. Yes, indeed. Today they all, in fact, Brother Aliu. Yeah, indeed. Ali Masale, they are celebrating the Ramadan. You know, let me tell you, I keep telling people. Look at it, look at it. See my Baptist brother. This one, I know it's fellow Yumba Hadin Power. This one is my Baptist brother though. This is he so. He always supporting politicians for doing wrong thing against our people. And I will bring it to the spotlight to them and their brother. I know Allah. My Allah is like me. Let me tell you today. Because if I have Allah, if I want to support politicians, then by this time you will see some of the politicians I'm going to support, but I support no politician because even the ANC, let me tell you, maybe we'll bring ANC here for other news, but that will be maybe hopefully next week. The rise and fall of ANC. Oh God, oh God. You don't even know Liberia. That's very interesting. Help us share the show. We will tell you people the rise and fall of ANC. That will be next week. Well, help us share the show, people. 6 minutes and 6. Still will join us very soon. But Aliu, who is actually recorded today, celebrating the Ramadan and so forth. All of you, if you want to also come on this platform, just let us know ahead of time. We will give you the opportunity so that you will come on and have a seat. We will not be there. A lot of people will be telling you, don't say they want, don't say that. They will be telling you what to say. No. For us here, say what you want to say. It is your right. Now, when I'm the stick and say, when I'm macro manager. Yeah, man. You know, so when I'm macro manage you, wherever with Steve is here, Chairman go eat him and jump up. Through Friday for more fun. What say you?
Well, I'm getting ready to go break the fast. Why are you laughing? Oh, we're gonna support us 2 hours of fast, but we gotta break. Are you talking? We don't want to break fast. We don't want to break fast. We the one can break fast. We the real one. Like you didn't have funny thing where you're on. We can break fast. We don't swallow it. I'm ready to go eat. In fact, I've been breaking fast these few days with Sekou.
Okay.
We have been meeting. We'll break fast. We'll break fast right afternoon. I've been breaking fast consistently. Okay. You're on funny level. You know, back in the days, they used to tell, oh, you can't eat the food from the that time someone also Christian will go on to check with our time give us that time say, oh, you can't eat from the people, and when the people feeling and fasting, you can't eat the food. You know, the poor I fear that you I can eat it.
But
my brother, I can eat it. Leave that story. Me, I have breakfast. I big dog.
Steve, let me tell you, Steve, one thing about you that I still having issue with you is that you still want to be, then you know, some kind of things still happen. But let me tell you, Steve, that statement you just made is not only the Christian, even the Muslims, you know, you eat with other people outside.
That one I've been in. Me, I don't eat that. I don't break. Evening, I want me up to go break the beef iron. I mean, also be on funny level. A big ball. What are you talking? I can break fast. Please. You even drinking water, warm me up? I beg you, yeah. Nobody's too late, brother. You got story. I can break fast. And no, I will be sitting in the front row breaking fast the afternoon. What is so concern me? That means who on that level? If that thing I will make, I'm not going to heaven, I'm not going to heaven. I will break fast. What are you talking? Be that story. Anyway, let's tell the show, folks. The show about
that look like asking you, what are you been fasting?
My man.
Let me tell you something.
Let me tell you something. See, 8 o'clock. 8 o'clock, we're not one of my classmates.
Okay.
Way down the line, small. We play for the same team. Eric used to play number 3 for us. I used to play number 9. Listen, let me tell you, we go long with my boy. When we moved to the refugee camp in Guinea, Eric was my roommate.
Wow, that's good.
Yeah. Back in the day when I used to bring my 2 days to the crib, Eric won't be checking.
Yeah, boy. Give me breakfast, though.
Yeah, but we that story. Leave that story, brother. Leave that thing. Eric out of my boy. We go a long way. I beg you, Eric out of B-boy, want to tell Terry. You know we used to do it? We used to leave each other, we understood each other in the crib. So guess what? When the man bring a thing, I like walk around, walk. You understand the level? When I bring my thing, the man put his head again. I beg you.
Don't wonder why you're so judgmental. No, my man. So you know all of these things. You know all of that.
Look at it, boy. A big ball. I know
title.
More. Neighbor, I've been around. I understand the terrain. I understand the level.
What you gave up? That was no comment.
What you comment? If you comment right now, why we know somebody can dance it? You know me. I don't talk.
No, we're coming breakfast. Stop that.
Don't see me like that. I'm a ball. Oh, I'm a ball. I beg you. We go a long way. I'm a brother there. I beg you.
So that go to the cow meat. What's going to happen with the cow meat? When you breakfast today, what's going to happen? Because we're waiting for the cow meat.
My man, let me tell you something. Maybe I will post some of the food and we'll be eating the breakfast. You think we'll breakfast a funny food or eat? You think a funny food or eat? Okay. What Phase 18 say? Phase 18. You think a funny thing that we get eat will go breakfast? You think a funny food and we're gonna eat? When they say Christian bring bunch of banana and they monkey. I talk about discussing that. You think a funny man nutritional food and we're eating? You're laughing. They get a bunch of banana and monkey there. Anyway, more show.
Well, I don't know why you want to keep breaking fast when you don't fast. I read
but you know, you said I'm fasting. I'm the supervisor for the fast. I'm supervising the fasting. Tell me what.
If I was fasting with Muslim and you came around to come break fast, I would stop you from participating in that.
You don't get straight. You try to fuck with me for win. What are you talking about? What did I story about? People.
And Mark, Steve said something. Let me frank, because the way we fast, in fact, the way we even celebrate, or the way we break fast, because mind you, though, Steve is still talking about cow. If I had you going to eat cow and so forth, and all of these things have been mentioned also in the Bible. More. How come we not practicing most of these things?
Let me tell you
celebrating.
And I only cow when you eat. Look, they say a lot of people say diversity of food. That means different kind of food there will be there. Nutritional food, and not funny food. Well cook. Again, you go where when you breakfast fish and when you get a banana. Yeah, that's here. Mother group of people, man. Leave that story. But before I share the show, I beg you. I'm going to breakfast.
You're getting something wrong about fasting. And you know why you got getting wrong? The reason, let me tell you something. When you fast, you put your body into something they call autophagy, wherein the cells, they consume each other, dead cells in your body. It means you are suppressing your body to take in food for a long period of time. Now, when you put your body under that extreme stress, you cannot just come back to eating heavy food. And you know why? You got to transition. People start with liquid, people start with fruit, and then they go back to eating heavily. There is a scientific evidence to that. Maybe let me tell you something.
No. You are
talking. I didn't disrupt you, brother. Let me learn. So when you come from fasting, especially 30 days, and you put your body on a total subjection by denying yourself a certain food, it put a stress on your metabolic process, including it can disrupt your digestive system, it can increase blood sugar spike, and it gives something called a refeeding syndrome, where you just keep eating. They call it binge eating. So for that reason, when you come from fasting, you start out light because your system and your body is no longer the same. Then you work your way up gradually before consuming heavy food. That's the reason people in the Christian faith, when they're from fasting, they don't start eating heavily, they eat light after some time before they go back to the heavy food. I stop there. Go ahead.
Yes. So yes.
Well, the last time I checked, you're gonna be passing out plenty. You're the Christian.
Okay.
Give me a minute.
So that, Steve,
Give me a minute. Wait a minute. Let me learn because I know if you want to interfere. Wait a minute. We're discussing serial manner fasting. Yeah. We're not talking about funny fast, man. We break our fast every evening. We eat heavy, and we'll be going to net to eat again. I'm telling you, I'm not going to how to eat. Remember, I was saying some of the picture you posted. Look, sort of fufu. The other net, the rest were there. The others there, the other one here. We talking about healthy food there. Correct food, and I know funny thing. I see why you're before now. You're going to fall down. By the way, funny man.
So to that quickly, let me just maybe say something. Yes, I agree with Mark on some of the things that you just said, because sometimes too we have to observe our body, because if you're not careful to Steve, that's why you see most of the religious people, you see their belly, you see their physical structure. Sometimes it's just so overwhelmed because they eat too much without observation, and you have to observe your body. You have to observe.
I just agree with you. Who got BB got in the chair and the pastor and the revenue? You don't see.
But I'm not saying that. Yeah, that I agree that there were, because of more statement, more right. That's what I'm saying. So my question now to Monk is, Monk, are these people who go in the belly, or are they greedy, or
the malnutritional? The malnutritional, they got kwashi or kwa. The malnutritional.
You don't give pictures today.
They talking about malnutritional one. They got eat out there.
I don't even want to go back and forth. They may not even follow me when they eat. So I don't care. So he not putting your body under that stress because he eating every day. So why he ain't got to worry about that. He doesn't have to worry about that.
Now, people and fast we're discussing here. We're not discussing funny fast. We're talking about
so that means it's just simple now. So that means they say that they have BB people fast and they have the other people fast. But whatever, go ahead, Steve.
Folks, to our Muslim brothers and sisters, happy Ramadan to you. Some of us will celebrate with you tonight, this afternoon. We will say, look, let me tell you something. I finished putting myself together, I'm ready to eat. I've had less spark plug right now. And I don't worry about nothing because my whole life, the afternoon is set. Everything position, I'm ready to go. You're looking for him. Me, I'm looking for you. It already set. The whole community, they know me. They know say, I identify with the Muslim community. They know say I can break fast with the Muslim community in the afternoon. Maybe I say, would I be breaking fast? You not believe I was saying someone on the page and I was saying video, huh? Would I be breaking fast, huh? Mom called me the other night. Mom, the reason I don't return your call because I'll breaking fast. After breaking fast, my life was together. And I'm going to talk on the phone again until the next day. So that it maybe you'll be looking upside down like a baby, and I don't worry about you. I do what I do. But maybe I thought about the 5 minutes, maybe I'm looking sorry for it's toggle. Monk, you there?
I'm here. What happened? Okay, I think maybe went up.
Yeah, but folks, let's share the show. We have a lot to talk about the afternoon. Let's share the show. Monk, what's up? How Minnesota? How's the weather?
Man, our weather is picking up. The sun is shining out there. I think we are very close to spring, if not in the spring already. Yeah, but the weather look very impressive out there, but we got a lot of snow that's still melting, so it's kind of a wet and muddy outside because we had heavy snow a couple of days ago, so it will take time for the sun to melt that snow, and then when we get the dry ground, then it become better. But even though the sun is shining, but when that kind of a slushy, that mud and the snow, it's not navigable. So even though the sun is shining, but too many people are not out there. But I guess in the next couple of days, before the weekend of Monday, we'll be in good shape. We'll be in great shape, not even good shape in Minnesota. That I can guarantee you. But that's where we are, bro.
Okay. So you ain't got to work cool, eh?
But the people over the past 3 years, Stevie, do you notice that the people on the East Coast been receiving a whole lot of snow in Minnesota for 3 consecutive years?
Yeah, what do you think of that?
I don't know. Minnesota is not as like before. I mean, in terms of the weather condition, I can remember when I moved to this state. By the time we get in August, we start feeling that cold breeze. Before we get in September, then it's really cool. By October, we start getting snow. But it seems like, from my own observation, I would say for the past 3 to 4 years, we get the most snow between January and February now. And even in the month of February, it was not as bad as it was on the East Coast. The East Coast, the snow have been dumping on the people in New England, the entire East Coast. So I don't know whether that global warming or climate change, or it's just a natural tendency of the earth to change position and to do things differently in terms of the weather and atmospheric condition over time. That's what I'm suspecting. But like I said, for the past 3 years, the people on the East Coast in New England, they got way more snow than us in Minnesota. So we are better off in terms of the weather condition for now.
That's interesting, considering Minnesota. You guys got one of the most upside down weathers I've ever realized. So to hear your take on that, that's good. That's really, really good. Folks, let's share the show. Monk, what say you about what's going on in the Middle East? Iran seems not to be backing down.
Oh yeah.
I don't know.
A lot is going on in the Middle East. The main thing that's happening in the Middle East, and apparently people are not paying attention, is the whole thing of the Strait of Hormuz. I told people the moment I was there, I said about the Strait of Hormuz. The Strait of Hormuz is a very strategic piece of real estate on the planet. It's a narrow piece of waterway that Irans have control over. And when you follow from Venezuela, I tell people, like, the main news are not happening on TV. You will not get it on the news. You just have to watch and pay keen attention. You know, when Hugo Chavez left power, Venezuela was a prosperous country because they were doing business with all. Hugo Chavez would come to America, he would insult all, he called George Bush the devil, how Bush sting at the United Nations. But at the end of the day, he was still doing business with American corporations, Steve. So Venezuela was one of the most progressive society in the whole of Latin America in terms of their living conditions. They were wealthy, they were rich. That's how kind of came up with socialism, that they could give people free things because they had the money to invest. Venezuela sits on the highest reserve of crude oil, but they do have one disadvantage. Their crude oil is like mud. It's very hard to refine. You have to invest lots of money in technology to drill their oil, even though they got more crude oil, but no, the difficulty, it takes an extreme level of technology and investment to be able to drill. So most of the American companies, from ConocoPhillips, British Petroleum, ExxonMobil, they invested more than $35 to $40 billion just to rebuild the oil infrastructure. When Hugo Chavez died, Maduro came in. But Maduro was a radical. When he came in, the first thing he did, all the investment the U.S. corporation made in Venezuela, he seized them and converted them to state-owned resources. So the international court said, no, this cannot be. Countries cannot come and companies cannot come and invest. It's almost like you get Metasteel, ArcelorMittal, and all the companies like brother one day, Joe are seizing all of your, seize all the property and all their infrastructure after making an investment. So they call for him to be brought to court. So Maduro had a plan. When Obama put a sanction on the government in Venezuela. So when they put a sanction on him, he couldn't sell his oil. Don't forget, the US dollars, what we call the greenbacks, it relies heavily on crude oil because every barrel sold on the international market must be sold in US dollar. That's one of the biggest leverage America holds over any other country. The whole world's economy trade on US dollar. So Maduro being radical when he took power, when the US put sanctions, you know who he turned to? China. He turned to China. So when he turned to China, Chinese thought that, okay, if you unsanction, you got to sell your oil to oil cheaper. So if the barrel of oil costs $80, China will buy it maybe $19 or $20. Because of that, China invested more than $160 billion in Venezuela. And you know what the Chinese were looking at? The Chinese wanted to start trading oil in yuan, the Chinese currency, to beat the American dollar. So when Trump came to power, Trump said, okay, I know this game. You want to come and play in my backyard, but don't forget there is a doctrine, they call it Monroe Doctrine, that was established in 1917 that no other major power can place in the American backyard, in the Western Hemisphere, that is North America and South America. So when Trump said, okay, you already owe us more than $35 billion of our investment, you seize our property, and you want to challenge the U.S. dominance of American dollar to sell oil, because from 1974, we signed an agreement with the Saudi government. That's why you see most of American military bases are in the Middle East, because that's where the vast majority of the oil is. So we signed an agreement with all the Arab oil countries that in order to sell your oil, you must sell your oil in US dollar. So when China came and took over and tried to caress Maduro, Trump said, oh, I know this game. You want to beat up militarily, because why would you want to come and take over places that we are already invested to come and take over and kick the US dollar? So the next thing Donald Trump did, he went straight to Venezuela and picked up Maduro and dropped him in New York to go and facing his penalty for the crime that he committed. So after that, the next move was where? Iran. The Chinese have invested another $200 billion in Iran. Total of $400 billion over 25 years, but they have so far invested more than $200 billion because they understand that the Strait of Hormuz is under the control of Iran. When the Chinese fell in Venezuela, they told the Iranian that you can only sell oil to us. We'll buy your oil too, because you are also under sanction like Venezuela. So you cannot sell your oil to us at the red price. You have to sell it to discount because we are taking the risks. So when Trump noted that China was going again to go and undermine US, because it's almost like an economic warfare. If oil is being sold in US dollar and you come and change it to Chinese dollar, it means that China is directly waging war on America. That's just what it means. So Trump said, okay, the same strategy I used against you in Venezuela, we're going to do the same. Look, I mean, the thing is so interesting. So you want to come in before I continue?
No,
because
finish. I wanted to hear from Melbourne about local news in Labrador quickly, but finish first.
I will finish the international scene. We'll get the local news.
Yeah, go ahead, please.
The war started, even though they have pretext for their so-called conventional ballistic and nuclear weapon program that the Iranians were developing. But oil again is a major factor. But if you watch the news recently, you will know what's happening. You will be really paying attention, Steve. The Strait of Hormuz, more than 200 billion barrels are on the sea right now from oil tankers. They are stopped. They cannot go through the Strait of Hormuz. That's why you see the gasoline price keep going up. But when you look at it from a strategic standpoint, the U.S. still remain the net exporter of oil. We export more, but people don't do that. People only think America only import. I say no. America consumes more oil, but in terms of net export, we even beat Saudi Arabia and Russia. But only 2 to 5% of the American oil comes from the Strait of Hormuz. The people that depend on the Strait of Hormuz happen to be the European and Japan, including South Korea. They get almost 45% of their oil from the Strait of Hormuz. So Trump did something recently. Trump posted on Truth Social saying the other countries should come and join him to go and clear the mounds that are planted underwater by the Iranian government. That was a tricky move. When he made that announcement, the British, the French, the Spanish, the Italians said, no, that's your war. We have no interest in your war. So you should handle it. Why would you want to go to war and tell us to come clear the Strait of Hormuz? But they never understood that he was playing a game, because only 2 to 5% of American oil come from the Strait of Hormuz. But they depend on the more than 45% of their oil. So before Trump made that move, what he did, he eased the sanction on Russia, because Russia is one of the highest producers of oil in the world, just to offset America's losses in the Strait of Hormuz. So this guy who Trump fired before, they called John Bolton. You know what John Bolton did? John Bolton called the British Prime Minister, Keir Starmer. He said, you are a fool. He said, Donald Trump got put a smart game on you. You need record that. The reason he told you guys, Donald Trump don't need you to go fight a war in Iran. He wanted to put you on the record to see if you are going to respond. That's why he said you should come and clear the Strait of Hormuz, because you guys are mostly dependent on Iranian oil in America. So America can subsidize her oil shipment coming from Iran and look to other places to make up for that 2%. But for you guys, you don't have option, because more than 45% of your oil comes to the Strait of Hormuz. So technically, you got more stake in that war than America. Before he could make up his mind, he changed his mind. He said, no, we're coming to help. Donald Trump said, no, I don't need your help. Because John Bolton told him, said, the reason Donald Trump tricked you, because he would tell the American people, say, if the war in Iran is not European war, then the war in Ukraine cannot be America's war. You see the game that was played? So yesterday, within 24 hours, the prime minister from Japan, she landed in America. And you know what she came for? Japan also relied on the Strait of Hormuz. But one thing people don't realize, every ship that carries oil on the global stage, they got a group in London. You should check it out. They call them the Lloyd's Syndicate, LLOYDS. The Lloyd's Syndicate, they operate like Progressive or State Farm Insurance. Before you can transport oil around the world, you got to go to London and put insurance on that vessel. Look, geopolitics is so sweet, Stevie. The thing look like a movie. So London control that market. It's a $50 billion industry that every tanker that carry oil around the world must have an insurance. So because of the war, the Lloyd's of London went and increased their insurance premium by $1 million. Because it's a risk, it's a heavy risk now that if fighting war in the Strait of Hormuz, then you will put a ship in that region. So it means it's a higher risk that that particular ship could get bombed by Iranian. But what they never knew, Donald Trump called the Treasury Department Secretary to open another insurance market because he understands that when it comes to military, America carry a bigger military than NATO or European countries. So when people want to buy insurance, who do you think they'll go and buy insurance from to guarantee their safety? They will come to America. So technically, Joe Biden told the Prime Minister that you just lost $50 billion, which is almost 9% of your GDP because of a silly move that you make. This guy put you to a test and you didn't recognize that. Now, all the tankers that are on the water, they are taking American insurance because American military now, they want to controlling that particular Middle East. They got more military assets there. They got more presence. The British cannot regain the market, so Donald Trump tracked them again on the chessboard. That's why yesterday the Japanese Prime Minister came, and you know how much they invested? $73 billion. Even after investing another $500 billion. So, like I said, the whole war is all about business. If you understand the game, you will know how to position yourself. Even though you can see rocket and missiles flying, but at the end of the day, it's about the market, investment, and major power maintaining their grip on the globe. The same thing happening in Africa, everywhere you think. It's something like Chinese investment versus American investment. Everything, my brother, is all about business, but we'll see how it ends. That's just what's happening for now. I just wanted to share that part, but I'll turn it over to you folks.
Thank you, Mark. Melba, what is going on from a local standpoint? We know the president spoke yesterday. So what is going on today in the country?
Yeah, well, thank you, Steve, and in fact, let me say thank to Monk Ali for that. In fact, the liberation. Some of us have been following all of the international news, we've been following all of the happening, and we are still following even with the latest of one of the movie actor, Sean Norris, who just passed off. Yes, indeed. Even though Monk maybe it's still of Monk mind.
Wait, I forgot about it.
Yes, indeed. So Monk, we used to pay. I don't even know Monk. Look. Because of Sean Norris, some of us we used to go to most of the entertainment center or the video clubs. I would say, the video club more. We used to pay the money. Someone when they charge us every time we're looking for the kind of movie, Sean Norris movie, But again, today people they are bearing this announcement that Sean Norris died. So those of you who been one of the lover or you've been loving Sean Norris is no more. He died on today. So yes, Mark, I just passed by with that information. Yeah, so Steve, Liberia is good. We're moving very strongly apart from the...
Let me ask you a question. Well, of all Chuck Norris movies, which one was your favorite?
Well, yes, I really been following. I think some of them have to do with
Let me get my own opinion. Let me
know much about Chuck Norris.
Yeah, let me get my favorite. Go on. Delta Force, American.
I want to negotiate. The Operation Delta Force. Look, my favorite of all his series, even though that one was very funny and kind of interesting. My favorite of all Chuck Norris movie was Invasion USA 3, the one that happened in Lebanon about the hostage crisis. That was my favorite one. It was so jam-packed with a lot of action. But don't forget to Chuck Norris was mostly a martial artist that transformed into a movie star. But then when I came to America lately, he started doing that kind of a serious movie they call Walker Texas Ranger. And he was not into that war movie again. Over time, his career progresses over time. But like you said, back in the day, if it's not John Ramos, it's Chuck Norris. If it's not Chuck Norris,
these are movies, man. These are movies. Chuck Norris, Commando, you know, all the kind of things.
Red Scorpion too. You know about
Thank you.
Red Scorpion.
Yes, indeed.
And Jean-Claude Van Damme. Those were the guys. Yeah, that's it.
So but then I don't know why it was Steve by then, but Steve, we used to go on Ken Johnson Road. We used to go to.
I used to go to. Listen, you used to go to Ken Johnson Road. I used to go to River Lee, Monte Carlo.
How you tell Steve about cinema when Steve started with cinema before you?
Melbourne. Our people, we used to go to PB spot and chill. Not only that, we finna go to PB spot. I told you today how we used to roll back in the day. We carry some of those things into those mentality and said we want the refugee camp. Well, when your boy bring you a Jew in, you go on the road to go buy roasted corn.
Yeah,
yeah, a monk coming in with something. You gotta make now a money. Yeah, you went buy roasted castle, you went buy something.
You go. No, still big bomb. I respect you on the show. Because if you're not telling me about, you know, people like Chuck Norris, see, we pay a lot of money though, my brother. We used to cry.
My man, Polo Yen, you talk about Polo Yen when
from
what are you talking?
Polo Yen.
What are you talking?
With Frank Dukes. Jean-Claude Van Damme, I need a mention national Frank Dukes.
Yeah. Then we talking about back in the day. That time Blues Lee then moving and that came up Blue Lee yelling, hold it, there's something wrong with him.
Yeah, hold it, rolling and enter the dragon.
Yeah. Jelly came around before he made that Jelly, Jackie, all them came around. So, man, let me tell you something. Those are the good old days. We're not talking about the funny show that want to get this now. We're talking about BP show there. Where you get show there? No. Some of all you those show them go after that video in the crib hot in there.
Stop it. Don't talk plenty.
No, we use those show and
Steve, in fact, our video club conductor. Let me just tell some of you today. We were to the video club don't mouth. Let me just say the way so that our people can understand what we say here. Our conducting, in fact, I will write to the video club. Some of us will used to be there. You know, Steve, when the Michael Jackson, you know, the musicians, Aaron Kelly and the other rest of the other guys, we used to play their music before the real movie start. Yeah. No,
I feel sorry for you if you are conductor. Let me say something. That's the last job I will want in Africa. Because when the movie is interesting, especially a karate show, and you experience some technical difficulty when that ball starts shaking, and your man will go in the grave. So that job, I didn't even consider. I didn't even like it because.
But 2 jobs in my life that I've ever experienced. One, that video club job, and the conductor or if I want to go cowboy, or to be to the bus. More. These are 2 jobs that I ever experienced in my life where people insult you free of charge. Even if you're talking for their own good, they will insult you. These jobs.
Ball shaking? You crazy? Chanifa element on them ball go shake. Your mom will go in the grave while being alive. You crazy?
Look, no bomb. We don't want you to go to video club back in the day when the video club man made mistake and the show start shaking. They can get our money. Throw right on top of the zinc. What are you talking?
Steve, let me can check Steve. Let me can catch Steve. Steve, back in the day when you get technical difficulty, right? How do many to do the reform policy from your experience?
Well, it depends on how far the show start.
Yeah, you go. You are a real grown-up member, true. That's why I want to hear from you.
Remember where the people in the conversation here.
No, I come into that.
No what ball in the 89 you're talking about now.
I come in, but then we used to use the cassette.
VHS. I think we call it VHS.
What we used to rap, yeah, look at life. We used to rap, I don't know whether it's tissue, all the things that. Look, mom will suffer, man. We suffer. Look, thank God for technology. That's what I see.
But all I'm saying is,
into our curriculum.
Where in Somalia we're talking about? We saw Vic Murray and Ray Jason.
Where Ray Jason there? We talk about some we have one man, yeah. That Vic Murray go be. That was only no Melbourne. Let me be honest. Let me be honest. When you bend around, you bend around. When you bend around, you bend around. We don't see different decade and we don't see different things.
They will see cassette. They will see CD. Then now before come to they modern technology. So some of our people who don't even experience most of these things, they into the modern technology, especially the young people. When you talking, my brother, they want to insult you.
Remember, we don't want invented a technique where we get Crabog and keep chair in your room. We don't want invented that technique.
Why you won't put chair in your room, brother? That's trouble.
Crabog and keep chair in room. We don't want invented that technique. We don't want to put the power. What are you talking? And then now, even though they're beginning to get recognition, but people in level, we don't want to put that at level because when you can't get on bail, you got to let on bail. It's all jet. You made a whole line. Easy. It's chair. It's all game chair to take from that chair at the wall. So we never know we can put chair in her. We'll move chair from in the crate. Then we'll make it when you can't sit down and be. When you sit down and be, nobody know what time it is.
Thank God for technology to emit. Because from cassette, because look, we used to rub all kinds of grease or oil, on the cassette to clean these things. Just to have the show moving. Yeah, after the show starts sticking, the web mug and still you're talking about. These are facts. But most of you don't even waste these things. You don't even see it. Then we'll come back to the city. City will buy worst. The city will rather stick. I want
to Blu-ray after all before we start going back to the internet now for online streaming service.
Yeah. I don't know if we ever return to those days again.
No, technology, man.
We're coming to AI talking about VHS.
Crazy. Thank God for technology, Steve. Because our mind part really suffer to make some of us. I say I want to the video platform, my brother. It's I'm saying, yeah. That's more. It's very.
But Melbourne, you know how many things we can't just put in video to go why what Russell Noir and what again Genevieve. You know how many things we capture? After the movie and Jack coming.
What are you talking about? I would say
Melbourne, I just buy you Kobo and I put in a video called Finning. We're not discussing issue again, you gotta deliver.
But man, you big ball. Even to the video club, you big ball. Where you talking to Steve?
I want to ask you one question. After the April 6th of 1996, the first Nigerian movie that captivated the whole of Labrador, started getting all interested in Nigerian movie. You know which movie it was?
No, that time in Eric, so I know which movie it was.
Testing Mabel because that time Mabel now.
Because we were showing both African movies and none of the American movies.
The Indian movie too.
Yeah, the Indian movies started coming lately, but there was
Indian movie that we don't to what you talking about. I was picking Indian movie around what you talking about.
I'm talking about after the war. After the war. You're right, but even when it comes to even music or more, like we don't used to follow all of the other music besides Ivorian music and other reggae. They were only type of music that we used
you answer my question here. I say
I can't really remember. Yeah, I can't remember.
Let me tell you the two movies that took like rubber storm after all the April 6th. It was Diabolo and Karashika.
Good. I know.
The business movie. Diabolo and Karashika. When that movie hit Labrador, people left from school campuses to go and watch it, and they had Nigerian movies that are getting popular in Labrador. Those two movies. Exactly. That's after the April 6th. Diabolo and Karashika.
You're right. You're 100% right, Mark.
That Diabolo made it back in the day. I will go somewhere. You don't want to carry everything to hotel again.
Yeah.
You don't want to tell us slave water. But anyway, folks. It was cool catching up on the olden days.
Yeah, man.
Let's get to what's at hand. Melbourne, do you have what the president said to play today for our people? I know you played.
The president said so many things, my young man, not going to put me into serious trouble with my digo. Okay, so let me just give you the update between Liberia or in fact the border there. So the border, yes, indeed, crime has been restored. even though the Guinean soldiers, they are still there, but at least from all indications, our people, most of them, they are now going back into their various homes and so forth. Those are our people who flee from that end. I think they are now returning, but as we speak, the Guinean military of it all, the military people, they are still there. They have an army. Some of you that mean making the simpler form. The soldier, they stay there. They stay to the Liberian side, and we don't know yet as to how that or maybe how long that's going to take and when they will leave. But they stay there. They stay on our soil. So far so good, Steve. I think that's the only thing. And today, the Minister of Local Government today, Francis Yemade today was also seen today at the Liberian Senate for confirmation because mind you that the Ministry of Internal Affairs now have been dissolved, and we have the local government and the president reappoint Francis Yemade onto to that ministry. So Francis Yemade today went there for confirmation hearing. And I think so many things was said there. In fact, he also, in fact, he said that he had no clue, or in fact, he had no connection with the BK Enterprise or so forth. So anybody have evidence that in fact that he part of it, he was going to resign. And when he said to the Liberian Senate, those our senators are responsible for confirmation. So far so good, my brother. That's it. Any other video you want me to play apart from? Yeah.
Let me stop you right there. It's very comical. In our country, that's why I say our country, we cannot be a serious country, right? We have business registry in Liberia. BK Enterprises is a company or a corporation. They are big. They're taking on a lot of infrastructure project, roads and what that stuff. Francis Yemade doesn't need to explain himself whether he got connection to the corporation or the company or whatsoever or enterprises because it's supposed to be registered. So it's something that it will be public record for everybody to know who owned that. But like I said, that's the criminal portion of this whole border crisis. So everybody trying to distance themselves. But it's going to be on paper for it will be an open book. Because if you're a legitimate company that will be constructing roads and other major important infrastructure projects, we don't need explanation as to who is connected.
No, you don't.
You don't.
And that's a fact. He does not need to come and justify himself to say anything.
So to see
the government needs to even track and see what the last time they did. The PK so-called people did any kind of work on our side. What did they do and investigate them? When they come there, they will tell them which one of the third-party partner are using, who contracted with them. Simple. Yeah. So you might not need to go answer any question there. The thing's simple. But because, no, let me say this. If anybody waiting for Francis Yemade to be implicated directly for him to resign or to leave that post, you're wasting your time. If Francis Yemade can be saying that, before he was appointed, say he would kill people, he was a rebel before. Appointed him. But the answer 1 year.
Why you want to hear?
What you want to hear? You want to hear that all that BK? You think BK, the company BK or whatever, they will go say that Francis Yemade will do anything on our seat? You think they will go say that? You really think so? Francis Yemade then control government contracts and other things, and they have influences or whatever it is. But let's get serious, man. Let's get serious. Who
the same thing with your deputy speaker. I said, but we don't need to ask questions. We just so see it because it will be an open record. They got to win bidding process. They are a legitimate company, and how can we not know the stakeholders in that particular company? Maybe the president might be one of those. It's not impossible. And somebody said, maybe the bigger me Bwaga and Katumu. I said, no, I don't know about that, but I'm not saying it's out of the picture because they're covering it in that way. They are not open and transparent about it. You know, when you open company, they got other people that can be behind the scene, and we can do fake registry and to hide their investment. That's why they try to protect it. Now, why you see the people, like I said, I made a post. I said the people in Guinea knows exactly what's going on because our government is open and transparent. You can ask a kid on the screen, Guinea, he will tell you exactly what happened at the border. You cannot say the same for the Liberian side. That's why you got your information minister insulting you that when you are mad, you must go and take an arm. Or country and an administration that believe that they have settled score with their Guinean counterpart by bringing about calm and civility. How will you be encouraging people to go and take arm? Because they keep lying to you every day. They don't know where they stand themselves. So how can they give you the real information? Everybody want to play cover up. That's where the problem is, Mabel.
Yep. About the people are just playing games, and that's why I said yesterday on the show. And some people came they were in their feelings or whatever, and I stand with it. We, the country people, need to apologize to the Congo people. I'll keep saying it. We do. We wrong the people. We wrong the people. The same thing we criticize, the same thing we spoke against, the same thing we care people for. We are doing worse.
Yep.
We are doing worse. We are hurting our own people. And this is unacceptable. When we say these things, people get vexed. They think we want to play tribal thing or we want to say whatever it is. But we cannot treat our people like this. We cannot. Just the other day, I was listening to Honorable Yeke Koluba interview with Sekou Sharif. Melbourne, it will shock you to know that Honorable Yeke Koluba on record is accusing Yomri Ganga Lawrence, who is the sitting Senate pro tem. And I know Yeke will not lie. Yeke is not a liar. Yeke will not lie. You can say anything about, you can say you're not letting Yeke approach the issue or whatever it is, but Yeke is always spot on. That Yomri Ganga Lawrence called him and told him all he needs to do is to come around and bring your own contractor, bring your own people, and whatever it is, because that's exactly what they're doing. This is embarrassing. This is actually embarrassing, Monk. All of them just getting contract from the government, giving it to themselves, this kind of conflict of interest thing that they're doing openly. They are hurting other people who want to come and even other professionals who want to come. When you're not falling in line with them, you're not in the society or whatever it is, or you're not part of the rescue criminal gang that they got going on, they alienate you and isolate you. Look, that interview with Honorable Yeke Koluba and Sekou Sharif, that interview is power-packed. Look, some of the revelations that were made on it, they're very disturbing for the country. They're very, very disturbing for the country. So the fact we're in Honorable Yeke Koluba challenge, we want the CDC ministers or former government officials you now see speaking out openly. Because, like we said on the show before, the Joseph Human Boka got rope on their neck. All that beam more they're making. That only the little boy you see in the trenches, those children who are not part of the government or whatever they're speaking for the CDC. All the people who stole government money. You ain't anyone of them talking, they're not able to talk. Because if they talk, Unity Party will hold them accountable. Unity Party will come for them. So this is troubling. But Mr. Masale, how are you? Happy Ramadan to you and the family. What's going on, my man?
Thank you, Chairman. Good afternoon from my end. Good afternoon to Mom, Mayborn, and our listening audience and followers. Everything is okay. You just get me laughing today. I was driving, coming from the mosque. I said, what kind of thing the Chairman talking today? The only one say, no putting chair in the room.
Yeah, but a people on move. We don't want to start that thing. You don't put chair in the room.
Yeah, you be talking over the video club.
Yeah, if you look like we get people. Yeah, if you look like at least you post on the inside, you get money.
Yes. Mr. Kane E. Mubarak. We are here. Thank God for today. Finally, thanks to everyone for the 30 days. May Allah accept our prayer, our fast, and everything. May Allah bless our nation, Liberia. May Allah make Joseph Boakai to govern well and lead to rescue our country. But it's okay, guys. Thanks to you all for all the wishes as well. We appreciate it.
Yeah, Melbourne is back to you. So that's where we are today.
Yes, thank you, Steve. And let me say thanks to Mom, even though we have about 7 more minutes to go. But I'll be asking all of you about the president's statement about people that criticize people, especially the people that have to do for hand to mouth, that criticize, because there are 2 statements that come out this week, and I think we're already closing the week, and some of these statements, the people have their own mixed reactions with these statements. They think that the way their leaders are speaking is not the right way to go, especially coming from the president and that of the information minister. So, and the president, whenever they go for meeting, the president always saying that people are undermining, people doing things that they're not supposed to do. But I want to ask you, Mark, Steve, and that of Brother Ali, as to, is the president also happen to also undermine his own government? Because if you say people who are criticizing are people from hand to mouth, who do from hand to mouth stuff, because at the end of the day, the reason why people are doing hand to mouth or sometimes they are not benefiting anything is because of the bad system. And which, of course, during those days, during the issue of maybe during the time of campaign, our president said that he's going to change the livelihood of our people. There are so many videos, there are so many recordings of that the president said that he's going to, even the market people, the market women, he's going to transform their lives. But to come out and say that the people who are criticizing yellow machines, who are criticizing that all that thing will eat, even though some of these statements were made by our president, but then when you're in opposition, how come now you get angry with this statement? So back to you, Steve. But I'll leave another mark. Maybe any of you can start first.
What?
Chairman, go ahead.
No, you go ahead, please.
Okay, thank you. You know, these are some of the things we've been talking, like President Baka coming out today telling people, oh yes, Liberian, they are on hand to mouth, living from hand to mouth. Meaning that's an insult I see to the Liberian people, because Liberian been living from hand to mouth. And this is why you came to rescue them. What have you changed? What have you done to impact their life? What are the changes? Nothing. This is 3 years now. And you coming to say, oh, Liberian people, they are living from hand to mouth, and then they want to be asking questions that yellow machine will eat, that road will eat. You said this thing yesterday. You are the same Joseph Baka, you on record. You said all the road George we were building, these were sour road. They are not even set up to standard. You criticize them, even though your parties were doing it, but even yourself you on record for that. But today the same sour road you criticize, and the same sour road you continue. You can't to change anything to say, oh yes, those people were building sour roads and now we are coming to build a standard road. No. Yesterday the same thing, that school will eat, that hospital will eat, that park will eat, that development will eat. These were things that you people were saying yesterday. And today when they say the same thing, Liberians are suffering. People, children, saying you took over with no parents, that their children, they are not even in school up to today's date. And you bring in yellow machines in the country. When you say you bring in 100 pieces, you will bring 80 pieces. And then you say that 100 pieces, they brought lying to the Liberian people. But today, the insult that you give in Liberian, they deserve it. As old as you are, they call you men of integrity, men of wisdom. Is that how our leaders speak? Telling your citizens that they are living from hand to mouth? That's a great insult to the Liberian people.
Who then call to them?
Better to be speaking loosely, recklessly, irresponsibly like that.
Who then call Mr. Bwaka man of integrity? Who then call him?
He follow us. That's how they refer to him. Mr. Integrity, Mr. Wisdom.
Well, we know those people there. Those people that we know how to call themselves. So we already identified them. We're not, but nobody calls Mr. Bwaka integrity or wisdom man. No. Anybody who calls Mr. Bwaka integrity or wisdom man, you live in another world. In utopia or something got to be seriously wrong with your brain. Mr. Bwaka is nothing close to those words. Integrity, wisdom is nothing close to the word. If anything, Joseph Bwaka is a crook and a liar. He's the opposite of integrity. But Mom, what say you before we go to the news bulletin here? Because I know that will be the next thing that's on our agenda.
Well, I don't have that much to say. I will address the issue when we come from the news break because we really want to talk about this issue. And the same cycle keeps continuing. The 80-pound gorilla in the room, nobody can address it from past administration to the present administration. So everybody keep circumventing around the most issue. It's almost like you are going to take a test and the teacher says, Steve, I want you to score 70% in order for me to be certified. And you know you cannot score 70% you are looking for. You start going to other classes trying to avoid the main problem. The main problem in Liberia, like I say, is not political, it's not historical. They are mostly economical investment jobs for our people and improving their livelihood. Unfortunately, the last two parties that took control of Liberia, they have no solution. George, we are 6 years plus Joseph Bwaka 3 years now. It will be 9 years in total.
Yep.
None of them were able to bring a single water plastic bottle company in Liberia. That's a fact. So it doesn't matter how you recycle them. The problem is they are not capable of solving the 80-pound gorilla problem in the room. That's just why it is. So they keep looking for something else. The other one will say, oh, I build one little hospital here. The other one will say, I patch little road here, because they cannot address the most important issue facing the country. That's just what it is. That's where we are.
And that's the fact.
Yeah.
They don't have what it takes. When you say they get vest,
they get themselves contract, they renew existing contract, but they never bring investment. How many international business conferences Judah Burger has traveled to? From Houston to Dallas, Texas to Indonesia. He bring one plastic water bed. Not even plastic fork you can eat with. Company comes to that, bro. So what it tells you? You can put 1,000 years, nothing will change.
But I thought Dillon said they were going to when they went to Japan that time, they were going to bring technology and the people were going to follow up and they were going to do the where are they now? That all a liar. Where are they? Where are the people that are going to bring it? Me, I'm still waiting. I'm still waiting. Man, went together call it a DSA that you know that they're not serious to move for.
So you know what the man can do, Steve? You know what? Anyway, we're already going off the radio, so I don't know.
No, go ahead. Until Melbourne comes back.
You know what the men can do? Those men will go online. They will search for all the international conferences. You see them taking pictures with that B tag on their neck hanging. They will look for these conferences because you know that brother been around for a while. They get their application. They will be in attendance. They will get their stamping. They will get their hotel paid for. They will travel and see other parts of the world. They will go in fancy restaurant and buffet and eat. Yep. And they will get daily per diem and stamping. At the end of the day, it comes out to almost what they are making per month, or maybe in some instances close to what they are making per month. Now, the average person like bro believing that they are coming for investment purposes, that's a lie.
Not true.
Yeah, they don't bring nothing for you. So technically, you are the one spending your money to find out there, even though they're bringing nothing home, but then you are hoping that something will change for you. That's a lie. You will do it for the next 1 year. It will be the simple thing. That's why I keep saying it has been 9 years. You can name me one plastic water bottle company that one administration succeeded in bringing. They are always giving themselves contracts. They will sign agreement. They call it public-private partnership. They will go and renew existing contracts so they can get kickbacks and brand envelope. But at the end of the day, you will never get job in Liberia. Because the only way I know things can get better for people, when you attract foreign investment, they bring more factories and companies to your country, you are able to go to work and earn a living. Until then, you will keep hoping until the next century, nothing will change for you. Because, like I said, the people that you keep putting there, they have no solution. Whether you get in 12 years, whether you get in 15 years, the problem is they are not built for that particular area to give you result. It's almost like you hoping that Real Madrid will come and sign Melbourne. Does that make any sense? Melbourne can never sign for Real Madrid because further on, Real Madrid have a Melbourne agent. Why? Give me a video clip. Let me see some of his skills. They said no. The guy said in capability studio. So, like you expecting Real Madrid to come to that real to sign Melbourne? Why are the possibility of that happening? Because Melbourne is not a soccer player. He doesn't have expertise in that area. He's not built for that. So it will never ever happen, and our people will never accept that fact. That's what the problem is. So it don't matter. You can do it again. Bring Jeremiah again, 2029, and put in there. So what will happen?
Well, you're 100% right. Melbourne, are we going to the news bulletin?
No, I don't think so. I just talked with the news team and they said we should continue with the show. So
yeah, but you got good news. They keeping it for how long you?
No, but because more were talking, so I don't wanted to interrupt.
I knew when he came back, you stood out. That was a decision from the 2010.
Good. So I don't have to, But again, tell you, Chairman, say you on today. The person we should continue today is Ramadan, so that continue with the show up to the time.
Yeah, who in that news bulletin there because they won't get like how what is 11.
My man, forget it. That's the problem you have.
Man,
man, that way say, and you can all be missing you. That's the problem you have. You gotta stop that.
Yeah, but
I met my man Maga Derry and Nakita Ravels. I think
what Nakita is.
Nakita to LBS and Maka Davis to OKFM.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
but your price answer. What happened? What's going on?
Well, I think that would be to management.
Management probably okay.
Okay, I will ask what you need. What managing director? What managing director?
Manager Oni Ravels.
Oni Ravels, right? Wait. Your way. They on New Year, I saw him chilling the other time somewhere.
Why they make you the chairman?
No, I don't want to bring Oni other news, eh? But Oni let Nakita to go is a problem.
But why are you so particular about Nakita Rouse?
That's all come to the country. It was all me Nakita. Why you let her go?
No, but don't worry. Anytime you come, just let me know. You will see her. Yes, indeed. You know.
No, see her where now? I'm going LBS.
No, you're not gonna go there. No, I play power. You're not gonna go there because
I don't want to play Gammo. I don't want to get drunk. So I'm not going there. Because I'm using for going child. I play that drunkenness and Gammo. I don't own nothing. I'm a lifestyle. So we get problem with it.
Yeah, actually. So if you got to call the management headed by Lai Bedet. Lai is the head of Chup FM. Oni also there. So yeah, so maybe they will tell you people what's going on. But we're good to go anyway.
So you can just be making funny changes. You can look. You need to be careful in that studio.
Oh,
we telling you now there's a caveat. Because next time it will be bombastic.
Look, so you have to wait when they had the coin. They did the chairman cap on. I think you got to look. I think you have to invite the other chairman, the chairman of the CMC. The chairman of the CMC, the day come on.
The chairman making a decision. I just want to know.
No, I'm not saying that. But I said the day you come on, then you can say somebody caveat or somebody say that you want to say because the chairman trusts you and the chairman believes in you. So that's what I'm saying.
When I eat that thing, I will call the chairman. I will call the chairman and we'll set up time. If I say he come up for long, say we got to set up time to bring you.
Yeah, you know that's why I think they can be Thursday. Maybe they can be Thursday to bring the chairman on.
No, we'll bring the chairman on the weekend when everybody's saying down.
Okay.
You don't want to rush it during weekday. Weekend, everybody can be saying that. Supporters saying that in the little corner where ringing, they say they to wear. Some of you are athlete to wear, not to wear somewhere. You know, things like that. I'm going to channel on a strategic day. But folks, let's share the show. Melbourne, in as much that we are joking, the country, I don't want to hide it from you. Like Monk said, and Monk just made it clear. Look, I've reached the point where I personally don't take Liberia seriously as a country because of the people in charge. And listen, I will say it. You know, I see some of these Unity Party partisans and supporters coming out, oh, you jealous and you 1% and whatever it is. My question today is the 99% are your supporters, what are they doing for you? What have they done to change the country? All the things that the critics are the same thing they're doing today. So, while you're saying, oh, and we'll bring Joey back, and we'll bring Jeremiah Kuhn. I just sit down for long, I just laugh. I know that you don't want to go anywhere. Your brain is stuck in the mud. Jeremiah Kuhn can solve the problem. Cannot you? Jeremiah Kuhn will never be able to solve a broad problem. Jeremiah Kuhn is not able. No, he's not able. Joey, you getting on there? Yeah, you can solve a broad problem. Let me tell you today. You want to bring him back. He enjoy himself and get rich. Gerald Joseph Boga getting rich. Basically, you bring Joey, but you prepare him for a retirement. They don't have what it takes. You preparing Joey for a retirement for life. And you prepare Joseph Boga for a retirement for life. And Joseph Boga now can came back and be talking fully now to you. It's sweet for you. I told you yesterday, it's sweet for you. And I'm not having it. It's sweet for the Liberian people. You're low for it. You're low for it. They see your soul that you're repeating it. You're low for it. I got nothing to say. In fact, I stay with Joseph Boga on that wall. Joseph Boga, my fellow Lothian, I stay with him. He is right for saying what he want to say. Y'all went and brought Joseph Boga back after Joseph Boga was begging people around here. Stand on with us who stole money and they see money or see him. Hey, Joseph Boga got all right to make that noise and tell anything you want to tell. Yeah, basically, they still want to have Ellen King and told you. And you're not seeing a man, a group of people. Ellen Johnson, after you get out 12 years, she finished taking no cash on it. She went to the House of Representatives. What she told you? She said she's not sorry for anything she did in that country, right? So it's sweet for you. Like you get out 12 years. You don't get Joey out 12 years too. You bring Joey back. Joey, how about you go stay in the chair and tell you a bunch of foolishness? I know Joey, I didn't care. Who you want to bring Jeremiah Kuhn? You bring Mr. Taton. You know you tell. You bring Jeremiah Kuhn. You main president. You bring Jeremiah Kuhn, main president. We're waiting for you. You bring Jeremiah Kuhn, who had named his own record. Centel accused him of a criminal activity up to the line and clear name. You bring.
All right. So, go ahead, Chairman. I don't know why I thought you don't want it because
no, I said me. I'm waiting for them to bring who they want to bring.
Okay, that's good. Then let's move back with the happening in fact Lofa between Liberia and that of Guinea, because up to now the Guinean forces or the Guinean military officers, they have stayed there. I don't know what that speak to, because after our president visitation or maybe his interaction with the Guinean president, I think been almost 72 hours or maybe 3 to 4 will be heading to 4 days. What does speak to about Steve and then about Ali? Where are we heading to? That we'll be having other people intruding into our land and they are still there, even though kind of maybe restored. People are saying, oh yeah, but are we not having maybe internal ECOMO? Because how you call it before, ECOMO used to come and they were peacekeeper, even though at the end of the day there was still internal conflict. But what are we heading to? Where are we now as people? Because these people been on our soil and they stay there. Monk, I'm very concerned, and there are a lot of Liberians out there who are also concerned when it comes to the issue of security.
Masale or Monk, any one of you want to go because I just spoke? Well, send both men are not ready. Me one thing I let it be on record when I say my thing. We were one of the very first group of people that told y'all that whether you like it or not, Guinea will take that land. And I told you on the show that I stood with Guinea when they want. They see why other people were standing with Labrador. I stand with Guinea. Let me tell you, anybody wants to say I hate the country, I hate the government, I hate the president of your business. Me, I stand with facts and reality. I stand with Guinea. I was born in Liberia, in Dusa Hospital, that way I was born. Liberia is where my neighbor's tree is buried, but the blood of true I can talk it. I stand with Guinea. Guinea will take that land. And Liberia will not do nothing because we don't have the capacity to do anything. We have the capacity to run behind our own people and take the land from them and bring military to be there. We do. We have the capacity to send police to drag people out from their house when a Nigerian, a Lebanese, or other people go and get a fake document from court and bring it and say that the court say. Sometimes they don't even come with document. We have the capacity to carry armed men to them. Why I can't carry armed men into the border? Me, I've been waiting for you to carry armed men into the border. I've been waiting. All the energy and the strength you get to run behind our people for their own land. I've been waiting for you to use those energy and strength to the border there. Y'all can do it. But you will not do it because you don't have the capacity. So yeah, maybe when I eat it.
Well, to that, Steve, you maybe I would say that's your view on some of the happening. I don't know what I'm more and that about Ali. What are any of you getting us? If you said, then you can still respond to the question. Or yeah, Mark. Okay, go ahead, Mark.
Which question?
About the security situation there at the Liberia and other Guinean border in Lofa, where the Guinean officers they have stayed there, even though kind of been restored according to our Liberian National Police and the government. They are saying that they kind of been restored. The people are now returning to their various homes, but then stay. Are they safe or what's going to happen? Because are we not having internal ECOMO? Because now I'm going to call it. Because why are you having security who are not going to be part of you and they are on your land? What's going on?
Well, I don't know why when people say calm being restored, that was not the objective of calm being restored. It always been calm. The question is what led to this? And that's why I said your government is not responsible when it comes to getting you informed as to what is happening. We're not talking about calm. We're talking about territorial infringement. We are talking about Guinean troops on Liberian soil. So it's not about calm. We are talking about what next. What will be the the deciding factors in it.
Mm-hmm.
We're not looking for war with Guinea. We don't want war. The military option is not even there for Liberia. That's non-existent. We are just saying, if our government can even be transparent, then we know exactly what's happening. Because the Guinean reaction and the initial statement coming from your own president after the so-called emergency meeting, they contradicted each other. Her own press secretary even insinuated that Liberia was illegally occupying our own land by virtue of a communication. That the land that Liberia claimed to own, that the English EU claimed to, which means Liberia is not even a legitimate owner. So technically, if Guineans are on that piece of land, then it means then they are the rightful occupier of the land. Because according to our press secretary, the land that Liberia claimed to own, which means when you claim to own something, it's not for you. You are only trying to. It came from the president's own press secretary. It never came from Sktv or Truth FM. It never came from Steve or Aliu. That's the president press secretary. So if they cannot be transparent, we will keep filling in the gap. That's why you don't create room for speculation. That's why the government want to be called leadership. You communicate your plan, your idea so vividly that the average man can understand what's happening at the border. But if you cannot even tell or what led to this, if you cannot be transparent on what is happening, why make you think I believe that calm is being restored when you have another troop occupying Liberian territory? Do you call that calm?
Yeah.
They can flip the switch at any time because first of all, they are occupying your land. So how do you call that calm being restored? Why is that definition of calm being restored? If the Guineans cross the border and stay on their side, and our joint security totally control that piece of land, then I can tell you the calm has been restored. But Guineans are still occupying your territory illegally, and that means the calm being restored. Is that a definition of why you call calm? No, I don't think so. So that's my take. We don't know what's happening. We're only guessing. We are feeling
thank you, Mom, because our people, they are seriously confused. And let me say this on the radio that those of you who are listening, that's it, the Guinean soldiers or the army, they stay here in our country, especially between Liberia and the Guinean border, right there in Lofa, Sonombo, and Sonombo or Sonomba. They are there at that river, and they stay there. I think it passed almost 2 to 3 days now. And that's very, very concerning, the mom just said, because we don't want to say anyway before you are, because your information minister already say you want to give people gun. Me, I don't want to know gun. So, Mom, that's why for me, I'm saying can't be restored, because I don't want people to say that we don't want to so I'm not able to talk gun. But again, the people, they stay here, they stay on our soil, they stay, I don't know how long they're going to be here for. But again, is the more just make everything clear. That's a fact, Mark, that we can say can't have been restored when we still having other people in our midst, which of course we're not into war. We're not fighting war, nothing going on. By the way, Brother Ali, we were asking for your take on the issue of security right
Ali,
there in Lopa.
Ali, let me borrow 1 minute of your time, then you can take over, please. I just want to say this, Mabel. If Guineans believe that they cross Liberian territory illegally, trust me, they won't still be there. Something happened over there that our own government is so embarrassed to tell us that why Guineans are imposing their will even on our side of the border. They know that there was something illegal that transpired along that borderland. There will be no way, if Guineans knew that they were wrong, that their action is against international standards, trust me, they would have pulled back and never returned. The fact that they are still on Liberian soil, it only tells you that your own government is not open and transparent about what's happening. That's why I make the Guineans to be emboldened to still occupy your territory while we speak. Ali, take your cue. I just wanted to bring up.
And this is why we have been saying the whole land, water, money business started. All the government need to do is to tell the Liberian people what actually happened. Because Madam Sedi said for 6 years in the country, we didn't see Guinea coming over there. George Rias, 12 years, Madam Sedi. George Rias, 6 years. The mine saying for that very Mokona River to build, to carry on infrastructure development within Lofa County, building places in Lofa. The mine saying for that very river, the records are there. Those people, they didn't come to say, oh yeah, we're coming to take over our place because your money sent from there. Why is it now that under this government, we heard that they gave new money only 1 month for him to take send from there, and now the 1 month has exceeded 2-3 months? They don't want to come straight, like you said, or Monk. The government had to be transparent. Tell the Liberian people, this is what was happening on that river. So and so person were doing this thing, they were doing that thing that led to these people coming to take over. But you can be hiding things. Joseph Walker, you taxpayer money, he went Guinea. He came back, nothing he had to tell us. Lawmakers say they're getting together to go there, sending police IG there. And this thing, if we had our security, the AFL, our border patrol security, this thing will not be happening. The very day those guys came from Guinea, the Guinea army, the next day or that very day, our own people supposed to be there. But that thing happened. We have our civilian then going to flare muscle with armed people, and our lawmakers then writing all on Facebook telling them thank you for what they are doing. Let the government be transparent. Tell Liberian people what causing the problem, what really happened that make these people to come all along. They've been sitting. Why now? But till that can happen, we just worry about the people's safety and security in the far country right now. Because when they go into bed, they worry. When they break in, they worry. Every now and then you see our people over your, instead of your security that's supposed to be there, you're seeing foreign people from different countries coming with weapons, all kind of things. It is scary and it is not good. Let the government be transparent. Tell the Liberian people what's going on. That's all.
Well, the government, there's no such thing as transparency when it comes to this government. This is a risky, reckless government. See, Joseph Baga misbehaving on the Liberian vote. I don't blame him. Because that statement he said I misbehave. It's not funny. That's misbehavior. He thinks it's funny. He thinks that joke. Or he thinks that this is a clown show. This is a serious thing that you're on. People's life at risk. You know what I mean? For you to build your one horse, your entire life, you know, brush farm. You build your one Congo. You don't get food to eat, you got to go to the farm, but then you come back there, other people count that land. You're no longer, where do you go next with your children? You know how much people suffer in that place? They ain't there making clown show when we talking and people get vexed. Joseph Baga think that clown show we on. This is serious. This is some serious thing that's happening. People's lives are being altered and people's lives are being impacted. We can't sit around and make jokes and say, I know people there who talking about. Yes. Government business are hand to mouth because you're not providing anything for the people. It's will be hand to mouth. You don't know. Joseph Baga does not know that the basic human needs there. People are supposed to eat. People are supposed to find a place to stay. People are supposed to feel safe. He knows that. He doesn't know that. When he's talking on clown show, you think that joking thing we're doing? He was elected as president. He was not elected to be clown of the town, to be clowning on serious things. And then he got his small clowning behind him too. The two minister of information, the alcoholics, they're passing around clowning as well. They have the big man who put in there is fooling around and clowning. He got opportunity to speak to the Liberian people. He doing jokes. There's not time for all to make jokes. This is serious. The question becomes, what's next? What's on the Guinea people's mind? What do they want to do next? But I don't, like I said, I've always said I don't blame the Guineans. I don't blame anybody. I blame the people who have in leadership. And the Guineans came according to the commando then descended on Monrovia and they asked for them to take last year for them to take over one boy and they went to take over the boy. So that's why I say I stand with it. I stand with the Guinean. Let me say it today. I don't care who say what. I stand with the Guineans. We look for it. And that's what we got. We look for it, Melbourne. So Melbourne, I don't know what your reaction is, but
now you're standing with the Guinean. You're the Lufian there, your family are over there. Why is something goes wrong?
That's a very good question, Aliu. That's a very, very good question. Let me say this to you today. We told the Lufians to not vote for Joseph Boaga. We told the Lufians that Joseph Boaga was not useful. You were useless. You were vice president for 12 years. He did nothing for them. He will not do anything for Lufians. Joseph Boaga has done nothing for Lofa. I challenge him in all of his time he worked in government. He has done nothing for Lofa. He has been a useless burden on Lofians. We told the Lofians. They never listened. So guess what? Let them enjoy it. It's sweet for the people of Lofa. I say it. It's sweet for them. It's sweet for them. Next time they will not do tribalism politics. They will seek people who will be in their interest to do what is well for them. That's what you do. It is saying liberal politics is about interest. Joseph Baga never been in our interest. To prove to you that you are never been in our interest, he sit down there and they take and learn from it.
And to even add up to that, Mark, their own sons, because I don't even want to say only Joseph Boaga, even the chief of staff also here from Lofa. And there are a lot of sons and daughters that are also here from Lofa. They all, because mind you though, in fact, people been hearing about Lofa. But let's be frank and let's just say true to power, right? It was the previous government that Lofa really come to the spotlight when it comes to development. And then when you start seeing little sun start shining on Lofa. But again, that's when the way it's going to go, and that's their right for me. I don't have issue with who they vote for, it's their right. But then again, at the end of the day, your children who you have voted for, your children who in government today, they are all sitting down and this thing happening. President Yamane today was at the Senate there and said he don't know nothing about what happened. If any of you get evidence, video recording or anything that attached him to what happened there in Lofa, then you should send it so that he can resign. What President Yamane said today. So who caused the problem? This is a question I will be asking. Because problem was just sitting somewhere. Now, for example, the machines, those machines that you place over that river, the river there is not for only Liberia alone. The river for Guinea, the river for Liberia. So even if you want to do something, apart from fishing, apart from drinking of the water, apart from crossing over the water, any other thing apart from the thing I just named, if you want to do something else, you have to consult the other partner or other person who also have right to that river. But the issue of money, the one caused all this problem today. So the Guinean, they stay there, they stay at the river or where at the border, and we don't know yet. I know that most said who will say can have been restored. But I know the fear is in the mind of our people because they want to see their own citizen, their own security protecting them instead of Kenyan people being there with them who speak different dialect. Some of them they speak French, they speak Mandingo, they speak different dialects. So what happened if Melbourne there and I can't understand Kissy there, for example, or maybe I can't understand French. So what's going to happen to me? So now we're saying here. But again, the government said they're working, they do everything possible, and our information minister said that if I had not said a fact, he wouldn't to give up gun. Some of us who criticizing them, who talking about these things, they're willing to give us gun so that we can go there and solve the problem. But then Mark, Steve, and then brother Ali before go to the line. So what's the with the visitation of the president going at the Senate? What was the purpose and what are going to change? Let me ask Mark, brother Ali, and then Steve before go to the line. What are going to change?
You should be telling us the latest now because the president had a meeting with the Senate and up to now we hear anything and you in the country there you can get information.
What are going to change because we're not hearing anything to we accept.
Yeah, because now it was now one person meeting, 2-3 person meeting, and now any secret. So we expect you maybe you got some intel to tell us. So yes, the president meeting with the Senate and this was what was discussed there. But if he can go to Guinea, he couldn't tell us anything about his trip to Guinea. Then now the Senate will tell us. So we don't know. But the only thing President Waka should be able to protect our people in Lofa County. They need safety, they need protection, and he should do everything. They always putting huge money in national security budget, and we can see the work being done.
And so what we're hearing also, thank you. In fact, for even saying that before Steve come on or more, yes, now what we're hearing that we're hearing a lot of budgets of money. In fact, the president also requesting allegedly that the president is requesting for a huge sum of money for this security situation and so forth. So we don't know yet how much will be spent, even though we hear from Yege Koluba unconfirmed reports that the president, in fact, the government has spent $3 million In fact, the government also lobby again for another money, and this information can be true. Sometimes it may not be true 100%, but sometimes when there is smoke, there is fire. Thank you, brother.
Then my question here is, all the money they've been putting into national security, this is just 2026 or January, February. This is March. So what they do with the money so quick that they coming to be lobbying for money again, or about $3 million just for the issue? What did they do with the money that was allotted in the budget just 3 months ago? Where is the money made on?
Oh, well, thank you for that question. I don't really know where the money going, but again, we'll not be careful. The $1.2 billion may likely go beyond security. Sorry though, but I'm just saying this. If we are not careful, before some of you say, oh, they want that. But if care is not taken, our $1.2 billion may likely go beyond the Guinea and Liberia border situation. I can tell you for free. If not, all will not go but a huge portion may likely go beyond the Guinea and Liberia situation or but I don't know where the money they put in there for
any $1.2 billion will go behind Guinea situation. Then there is something that the government is hiding from the Liberian people, because I don't think we take the whole country budget just for land dispute between Guinea and Liberia, that piece of area. If you will use all that money, then there is something bigger than what we are saying here in the bag that they are hiding from the Liberian people.
Well, so that is Steve. Any other thing? Maybe you guys want to say quickly before we interact with our people.
Yeah, before we go to the line, I listened to Yeke, one of the recordings where he said a certain amount of money will be spent. I think close to 6 or 7 million on the whole Guinea thing. That is all cover or whatever it is. At the end of the day, like you said, there's a very good question. What's the purpose of the president going to the House of Representatives today? The Senate, he got the vice president there. The vice president rose to make his case. What the purpose of it going there? They want to steal again. And they will steal. They will steal. These guys are criminal by nature. They will never change. I don't care where you put them. Starting from the president, all of them behave very criminally. Because there is no need for this. And you went for a diplomatic call or whatever it is, meeting or summit. What money do they got to do with it again? Security apparatus got the highest amount of budget, like Masale said. So what is the issue now? Why you got to go collect different money from there again? So these guys are not serious, bro. These guys are not serious. They're not ready for prime time. They don't want to do what is right for their own people.
And I don't know, Steve, I don't understand the more Brother was saying. How come our system look like a court? Why you don't want to explain anything to our people? You want make things to look like our people should stroke. Even we in the media, that was, some of their supporters, maybe you guys had to go to the ministry. You guys had to, everything's supposed to be on the internet. The Mountain said on some of the posts, people were, in fact, commenting when he posted about that were unfortunate on Liberia, salary and so forth. People were asking, oh, Mountain did not right. No, it's right. Even to where I work here, maybe here at Truth FM, but where Truth FM is going to have our salary structure on their website. What are we stealing from people? I don't get it, Steve. I'm not stealing for anybody. That's what I work for. That's what I agree upon. So even if it's $75, that salary structure be placed on the internet so that people can know exactly as to how much they are making. But my brother, like your government system, is one of the terrible systems that they will not tell you how much people are making. They will always tell you that according to this, even to extend that former finance minister and all in the capital building, they can't tell you. No man, like you're terrible, man. I don't even know. That was sometimes some of us can just feel so bad about who will come, who will not come. But another thing, Monk.
I was just telling Monk the other day that one of the things I'm grateful to God for was God. Through God first, someone also able to travel and leave that country. One of the best things that ever happened to someone, because maybe they're not killing someone in that country because Some of them stand for the kind of corrupt, unserious thing that, or some of them probably going to move to another country and go live there. There's no way I can dwell in that kind of nonsense that they got going on over there. Pure evil. Pure evil. These people are not serious. You can't even move forward. You would think you won't move forward. You would think you won't make progress. You would think they're moving one group of people to come to do something serious. They go back to the same thing and get worse than the people that they move.
Okay.
When you start, they want for you to people that who stealing. That they don't want you might be diplomatic way. That they don't want you might be careful. Who told you say I walk on eggshell when I talk about criminals? You really see you ever do? No, I'm not afraid to call a criminal. I don't care how old you can be. I don't care who you can be. If you're a criminal and you behave criminal, I will call you out. This government is behaving in a dubious and a criminal way. And it is wrong. It is absolutely wrong. We can come from making not beyond CDC for 6 years. You're doing worse than CDC.
That's the thing.
I swear behind
people. Everything yesterday, even to the extent that even there are a lot of scriptures coming out about some of the current government officials, include Mo Ali. You couldn't set the price of gasoline yesterday. Today, you said, I know it was the first time ever since 1996. But today now, so gasoline now is 900 plus, 1,000 now for fuel. So should we say that the first time since 1847?
Mo Ali, people that we can call Mo Ali and say in serious comment. Mo Ali is a immoral, soulless being. People that's what we reference to immoral, soulless people.
Give them a job. Well, let's go to the land to interact with our people. The first caller, David King. David, good evening. Yeah, all real quick, my brother. 1 minute.
What we see in this country, still the acceptedness, the Unity Party, people praying about gathering prayer yesterday. Today, when we had the situation in 2020, they said it was not global, it was crossing attitude by the former president. Today, we got a situation. They want us to believe that it's global. It is crossing attitude by Joseph Walker, who people have said that he has 42 years on the strength. Yes, well, that part of criminals in the government are speaking us of conflict with Lofa of Guinea today. We have to hear 2 cases on our soil and nothing to be said to us. I listened to one of the sisters that the government have already spent $6 million on insecurity operation in Lofa. So when we are seeing 1.2 billion that will be spent on the security issue, I think it will be spent, and I will be surprised when Gafoa will be to report into the city body to the laboratory of the what if you call lawmaker and I'm thinking that a 4 month salary and benefit. So it means that this government lied to all concerning the budget that is just passed.
All right, thank you so much, David King. Today's caller, good evening. Yeah, thank you for joining us from Grand Bassa.
Yeah, what is happening today, it is the thought of the citizen, what they put there for. For one factor is, the Europeans themselves, they put there for their own song. Everybody for their own song, they throw go in their own, they shall go in their own less, for selling their own, for giving their own layer off. The men that they put there for now to make their life to be better, is making that to frustrate. Some of them in that area now, in that region now, they are running up and down, they are crying. Some of them lost their materials. And because of the government, bad way of government there, money share or money down in that place, the community has invaded all the area now, and some of them got out or nobody got water got out. So it's sweet for them. Tomorrow, you know, go beyond the own sort to say, yeah, we get them up on here, we get this up over here, we get it all one day here. They are our own children, so that their own children are making that to distribute the bush. God bless them. and let us continue. Thank you.
Thank you so much for your hello to this caller. Good evening.
Yeah, good evening, neighbor, and good evening to the fellow panelists. I want to tell you both thank you. Neighbor, when you come out to tell all the truth, I'm monitor Yeke said he got a reliable source that told him that the land belonged to Guinea. And the citizen local asking the government to tell them the truth so that they see the soldier from Guinea, they shouldn't be panicked. Then the government come and tell all the truth. When they're not saying the truth, we beat on and the past government for saying the truth. Opposition beat on the government and I did not want to. I'm not thinking the so the whole country that we get opposition is that people.
And I'm in the way, so that was, you know, all of the tough talking guys.
No, they don't know anything. I did what people do on the north side. We don't do anything. You can't share the lake on the people. You let the government come and tell us, yeah, we are founded by the lake on the people. So I can know what's happening. They will say in town, what happened in the country, we can't get anything. So the people on the outside, they can't talk on the kind side, they can't talk again. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you so much. Let me move to my water. My water, good evening.
Yeah, good evening, boy. I want to say good afternoon to my Sktv children abroad. And I want to say happy Ramadan Day to Matale. I want to tell you thank you. You know, before I was listening to my son, Steve, when he was talking, before the show would start, I started laughing about the fasting technique. But you know what I will tell you, my son, before, everything I was going through today, that Joseph Boaka said, he happy, he will start to pass. All the thought I got from Joseph Boaka more, he said, when he's not president, that draw will start to an end. So, Joseph Boaka as president, Joseph Boaka will bring that draw to an end. When God was ready to say the draw of Israel, those that were able to have faith in God, God saved them. Joseph Boaka bring it to an end. So let's watch and see. I want to tell you thank you. Let's go take care of you and continue to give all the news.
All right. Thank you so much. Let's move to the other caller. Good evening. Yeah, go ahead, my brother.
Thank you very much. This is the corporate chairman. I'm still totally join you from Soviet and the Shufo. Never see when you lying, it sounds like you're being exposed to the time. Therefore, they're not voting for any war, they want war, so they're not spending security, they want diplomacy, right? So how can we hear it again and say they don't have to after 30? Why is coming for how they get justified as safe minutes? What is it? The first round of security, therefore, as you are aware, is the interview of stop.
7 minutes for doing what? I said, I want to know. Let me ask you, 7 minutes for doing what? 7 million for doing what? But we're asking her for doing what?
What did they do when they say they put to all the they want anything else when you want or security or whatever. Then how come we hearing the gas they're looking for some move? Why they put the law and still in property for more? Everything they do, the most serious lie is. Therefore, that's how we arrive at this kind of stage.
All right. Thank you, my dear brother. Let me see this caller quickly. Good evening. Some of those of you who are calling, in fact, my uncle also tried calling, but no way the line is very jamming. But keep your calls coming. Okay, good. My uncle get to the line. Hello, good evening, Uncle Brian Tate. Good evening.
Thank you. And let me take all the panelists in the United States. Let me say happy Ramadan to all our Muslim friends, relatives, and those of the national leaders of the Muslim community. You know the issue with the local government minister transitioning from internal affairs. He's supposed to know that he's a member of the national security, very key member. He controls superintendent, district commissioner, almighty, everybody. So he should have a first year beside his proximity to the president.
Yes.
So for you to say that he's not aware what's going on in the city, you don't know that the machine that all this saying, I don't know what kind of the city, and you know, and the post the thing, you're not aware of that one too. You're not aware of the other machine that they communicate or not know
But he went there. Oh, he went there. Uncle for negotiation. He was there for the past 2 weeks. Yeah. I said for the betterment of our country.
Besides that, you should be aware that a farming city, then the women there will be elderly people will be born on their farm. You don't go through that you're supposed to give good information so that when they go on their farm, they will be able, to relax their mind. Or you're supposed to put down on the light that when you go on the farm, 7 o'clock in the morning, do it 8 o'clock. Make sure that they break boo. Make sure you count in the afternoon between 4 and 5. Do count late. You're not aware of that one too? Yeah, man, the people doing things that you're the only person that's sensible in the world. Thank you so much, man.
Thank you, Uncle Brian Tate. I want to sign me up, my good friend and brother. Good evening.
Thank you very much for the recognition. Maybe it is out there this time here. I didn't discuss for Omega Market and legal job. Maybe you see, every day boost. Maybe still like you are establishing the most foreign government I ever existed.
How?
How? All the negative characteristics, they can laugh, they can see, all kind of evil in the show. It's the kind of thing that is great, it was supposed to be something to be fine, that is great. Maybe I just listen to you, the morning I was personally respected for. I think it's a money to be given to the government before the student guys can live down there. Oh. If you go to say all the stuff, you expect that something money for this government. You see? They shouldn't be lying to us, that's complete lies. So we should be able to be lying to us in this country when they go to kind of people, they tell all kind of.
So are you saying that? Are you saying that because of the money activity? So maybe Guinea also requesting that okay, we don't know what are you put go here or Damo here, but you can give us. Thank you, my brother. Isamia. To this caller, good evening. Now go back to the WhatsApp line to take 3 calls from there.
Good evening. How you doing, Mabel?
I'm okay, my dear friend and brother. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you. And thank you to your panelists and thank you to Steve. This is Siriki community, commonly known as Neighbor Siriki. I'm calling from Neighbor County District for specific time called Soapware Premier Catholic. Mabel, let me tell you something. Look, guys, here in the power to rule this nation. Where are the hard water thing they were using on with the motorcyclists? Where are the bombs they were shooting in the Kepa? Just say, maybe 2 months, less than 2 months ago, I think the concern. Where are the weapons? Where are the weapons? It's not time for our president, experienced, intelligent president of God, it's time to defend the country. Today, it happened once upon a time during the fanatical issue. When the echoes talk upon themselves, the king of this country, what the president told them is a liberal problem. So you think those guys saying what they don't hear what's going on? Look, none of our own crowd. I suppose 100%, 90%, they give them not even up this until the president come on today and tell the people what's going on, what went on in Guinea. But now, tell the Lufien that voted for their own song. And acquire their own crowd. May God bless the state. Listen, never sleeping and calling it so bad. I don't know how to say. May God bless the state. God bless the nation.
Thank you, my dear good friend and brother from Dima County. Let me see, Mr. Maglo been calling me on the WhatsApp and that other people. Let me see also how best to get back to the WhatsApp line to take few calls. Then we'll cross over to our team of panelists to be able to close on today. But again, people, those of our Muslim brothers and sisters who are celebrating the Ramadan, I want to say happy Ramadan to all of you. Yes, so let me go to the WhatsApp line. Mr. Maulo is here. Mr. Maulo, good evening.
Good evening, Steve, Mark, Maymon, Aliu. Listen, until the Liberian people get serious about their own lives, these things will continue. Don't the Liberian people understand that they have the power to demand that this government tell them what it is that's going on? It is evidently clear right now that you got no security. Anybody, any country can run into Liberia only at this point. We got no security. And you sit down and still waiting for Joseph Walker to give you chief and all kind of people, information minister, all the things. Get on the street. Get on the street and demand that they don't go nowhere until they tell you what's happening. That's your man. Because it's left with these people, those people can have it. Listen, these people are representing democracy and not going to off the people. They're talking of 3 million. What's in local country to spend $1,000 on?
But what's the benefit? What are some of the things?
And already spent 3 million or 6 million. That's just, look, even in crisis, the people are robbing you. And you're sitting down there and letting them do it as if you don't have no power. Liberian people got to understand where the power is. It's in their head.
But Mr. Mam,
this man is totally lost. He cannot help this situation. And the longer those people stay there, every day those people stay there, even if they have to move, the Liberian government will have to pay them every cent they use.
Exactly.
It is the Liberian government that caused it.
Exactly. There were also coming about the fear tactics and so forth.
They have to pay the manpower, the vehicles that they use, the time they spend, and whatever they think they lost over there. So the longer they stay, the more is evident that those people will own that part. Take it into consideration. Even the part they call a cross. It used to be Liberia before. The French people forced it out of our hand. Now the left part that we got, our people, for their own stupidity, is letting them, look, Liberian people, you better get on the street.
All right. Thank you.
Man, that these people do right.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Mauro. Thank you. You know, our people, for peace sake, yeah, peace is the best way forward. Maybe the situation will be handled in a very, very peaceful manner. So, yeah, Steve, Monk, and that brother Aliu, I think we can use the remaining 8 minutes. Maybe some of you, yeah, because, yeah, this is interesting. So, again, those of you who call in want to say many things to all of you, those of you that are calling, those of you who try calling, but again, this is Liberia. So the same reason why government is now holding Samuel 20. Oh God, Liberia, no. That money issue coming back Monday. That money, the issue, the reason why Samuel 20 they been dragged to court. Yeah, I can come and Steve quickly to Louis lost. What's up, man? What's up? Yeah, my man, he lost, my man.
Louis looking for full money.
Louis hustling, he's going to be on the show. He always on a run.
Don't mask.
Steve is a social child, my man. What I like doing. You keep sharing the road. The get cancer in that chair, get from that chair, you jump, you finish.
My man, you lose. That whole battle for that chair, you lose.
See, I really struck that one. But maybe I'd like to ask you and Monk this question. If something, because I keep hearing Monk saying, something actually happened to the Makona River or that brought the scuffle. Now, my question now that I keep wrapping my hair around, I didn't want to call to ask you and President Monk, if something actually happened, will they sign a communicate to resolve everything in concrete with the president? You think Mama did do me at the Guinean president that jumped on there should have flagged it and say this is the issue, this is what Liberia did wrong, Liberia went into, because normally the counties that are not around the coast, Melbourne, they normally send man from the river. Those who are now to coastal line,
yes.
we go down southeastern, like Lima, like Bon, like Lofa, they will go to river to mine sand to build. That's how they build. Those who are the coastline will go to the sea.
Okay.
So those who are not at the coastline, they will go. It's a normal practice, then like that. All around, the Lima, they will go to the river. Bon, they will go to the river. And Lofa, so they will use the river to mine. But if something actually went beyond, couldn't the Guinean president flag it and highlight it, let we know, and then they will sign communicate to resolve everything between the Sierra Leone president and then what Sierra Leone went wrong too. So what is the actual issue?
All right. Thank you. I like that. I like the question. Maybe Steve, I hope I will chip in. But that's it. Mark, listen to our brother Luis. Maybe you can start up with that question.
Let me start up. First of all, Luis, you asked a very brilliant question. And I don't expect the Guinean president to flag it for us on the Liberian side. He will flag it for his people. That's his job. Second of all, you said it's a historical thing. It's a common practice for people to mount along the river. But in the case of Liberia, we don't have a history of mounting in river that serve as border points between two countries. Liberia is blessed with rivers. Apart from the 6 principal rivers, we have 16 other rivers in total. From the Sanquin River to the Farmington River, Liberia is not short of rivers. I think in the whole of West Africa, we got the most river. But there's got to be something very special that what brought the Guinean attention. Because if you claim that it been happening before and it's common practice, then Guinea will not be raising an objection at this point in time. You seeing it? That's why the problem is. And that's why your president even bent over to go to the aggressor, to go and have an emergency meeting, because he factored in all these things. The question is, and I will maintain that our guys are not telling all the crux of this particular saga. That's where the problem is. So for our side, we keep speculating. The Guineans are not speculating. The Guineans do have a clear objective. That's why they remain on an occupied territory. But for us, no, we will keep guessing, because our guy and our people, they cannot give all the clear reason as to what is happening. And let me tell you something to the people who believe that camp have been restored. You got to be a joke. The reason I said this, because when you have a foreign force occupying territory in your own country, you cannot predict their next action. So you are hearing a bigger risk now because they are on Liberian territory. Every time you say camp have been restored, like I said, I want to see the Guinean on their side of the border, not intruding into Liberian territory. Then I know some level of stability has been restored. But the moment that Guineans, for as long as Guineans still occupy a portion of Liberia, your rate is even higher than it was before the crisis. I will stop there.
Yeah, Masale, go ahead. So you can.
Well, good. So let me just make this. I think we can go for additional 10 minutes. The news guy said we should just continue. Maybe 10
well, you supposed to join the program today, right?
Who the news guy? Who did that news guy or news guy? One of them gotta be some.
That guy, George Boo, anyway. George Boo.
Yeah, but guess what? Now the reason for that, because the social chairman brought some strategic issue now. So if that man get chair in your room, they take it from there to next.
And all that level. The man the social life.
Yeah, I was saying I get to the chair from your room level.
So Louis called again. Let me see. Maybe Louis still want to ask more, or maybe still want to add up. Yeah, Louis.
Yeah, Mark, sorry, my apology for the irritating feedback, man. I've tried. The question I'd like to ask Mom want to believe that in the digital war, Liberia is next door or strong throw to Guinea, and then Liberia actual cost, Liberia action will be in secret. And the telephone, you get hundreds of telephone.
Well, it's very secret, Louis. It's very secret.
And no, he said the Guinean have flagged it.
Yeah.
Actual cost. I mean, that what we in the wrong, let's agree that we in the wrong allegedly. Do you think it will be secret? Don't you think that news will affect us? We apart from, I spoke with people from Conakry, and anyway, it's that politics. They were not happy with the guy because they say he went to Switzerland, went to Liberia, and we are. But the what Monk is saying they are aware, then why would they keep a secret as well?
Okay, good.
Every one of us, I mean, Monk can take off. Steve can call from the US to Conakry, and you will get the news. It will be in the news. It will be on the local news. It will be on the international news. We are worried. We actually want to know the actual cause because our government is not telling all the actual doing that got the guys angry that they encroach on our land.
All right, thank you so to that, Brother Louis. Actually, I think our government they've been negotiating behind the scene. I think for the past 2 to 3 weeks when their machines were seized. So maybe you don't know this thing, but let's just inform you that all these things came to publicly, or in fact, everything come out when the video recording started to surface about the Guinea army now entering into our border. They try to plant their flag or host their flag. That there when most of our people not get to know exactly as to what went wrong and what happened or what some of the situation. But go ahead, Mark. Maybe you want to chip in before Steve and that, but we'll stay that time.
We'll get 10 minutes. Let me just give my final word and then I can just leave you to Steve. You see, Luis, one thing I understand the communication barrier. Guinea is a French-speaking country. Like the way how when something happens in country like Ghana, we can get immediate response. It's a different thing when you pick up the phone call to talk to regular people as compared to what is happening in their media on the Guinean side of the border. The reason that it should concern you the most, like I said, if you think this is a standard operating procedure, then Guinea will not react in such a manner because it may have been happening before. There is nothing new. So it tells that even the Guineans themselves are involved in such an territory. But no, it didn't stop there. They seized the property of a private corporation or company, one. Then they cross into your border and occupy a land that is still occupied today. That's a red flag. Like I said, that's why people have problems. Chairman Belletti was one of those people that even raised the flag. President Bouaga, you cannot go to an aggressor. So technically, Bouaga was the one literally bending over to appease the Guinean, even though they were the one that encroached into Liberian territory. So that's why I would tell you again, I maintain my position. Something your government is not saying. Because if Guinea the Guineans were in the wrong, they won't be taking the kind of aggressive posture and crossing into Liberian territory. That's my problem. Oh my God, I don't know what's getting the feedback. But anyway, Steve, I think I can stop there. I don't think I gotta go any further. You can take it from there. You and Ali.
Well, Ali, go ahead, please. Well, Ali is not available, but let me say this to Louis' question. I think Louis asked a good question. First of all, our style of the government is not known for communicating. It wouldn't be the Guineans' responsibility to be saying this reason and that reason. Your government needs to be transparent to you. That's what governments do. The Guineans don't owe no explanation. You want to tell me Joseph Bouaga left from here and went to Guinea? Whether they fly or they drove. So just go sit and receive that rare certificate.
Yeah.
And shit, do me
or your plaque, diplomatic plaque.
Then talk nothing about what the real reason is. Why the government can tell the real something that they discussed there? Why the government can tell us? You think I'm going to tell, we talk about the Manon River peace, peace agreement, and every nation is sovereign and people will protect themselves. You really think that why you went for that? And you think that's stupid people you're dealing with? So, my brother, you're asking the right question, but ask your government that question. What was discussed there? But not only that, to tell you that our government is not a serious-minded government, right after they left from there, they may not even advance further than they were before. And this time around, they may not give for whole troop. Imagine why they were planning the meeting there. The troop were headed to Liberia. Can you imagine that? So, this thing is deeper. My brother, this thing is deeper. We shouldn't overlook it. We shouldn't joke with it. And these are French-speaking people. I live in French-speaking countries for a very, very long time. The French-speaking group of people are very serious-minded group of people. They're not like English-speaking people that overlook things, that joke with things, or whatever it is. When they set their eyes on something, they set their eyes on it. They're very serious. They are very, very serious. As evidenced by that, you can see our neighbor Ivory Coast, you can see our neighbor Guinea, how they've come and surpassed us in terms of technology, in terms of growth, in terms of the budget, in terms of the nation. When you go to the countries, some of you just, instead of you going all the way to Ghana for vacation, take time and go to Ivory Coast. Ivory Coast just hosts the African Cup of Nations. Go to Ivory Coast, don't spend your money to go Ghana, it's too far. Go Ivory Coast, the only problem you get is the language barrier at all. But as time goes by, you will learn how to transition and transact. I'm saying this to say that we should be giving first information from our government, what the issue is. We should. Now for our information minister to come be telling us, because we're complaining or because we're asking them plenty questions, so they will give our arm to go and defend. Now for the president to come and be talking the way he talked yesterday. These are some serious issues. So, at the end of the day, let me say it again. I want to be clear and I want to be on the record. I stand with Guinea. It's sweet for the people of Lofa. It's sweet for the people of Liberia. This is what you get when you elect a reckless, irresponsible, childish, disgruntled, criminally minded group of people you put in power. That's what you get. You're enjoying what you're enjoying. I'm loving every moment of it. Let me tell you today. It's sweet for you. I'm loving every moment. You know what? Come 2029, we shouldn't even, nobody should run again. Hey, you're singing that Bouaga you want? You're leaving that Bouaga we want? You bring Bouaga back. You go beg Joseph Bouaga and come back again. I'm begging you, come 2029. Let beg Jeremiah Kun. Let beg all the politicians in the man run. Let them give to Joseph Bouaga again. Let go another 6 years. I'm loving it. It's shit for you. I say, go ahead, Ali.
Oh, thanks to the caller. Thanks for those in the comment section. We pray for our people in Lofa County. We pray for their safety and well-being. And like we said, like Steve, what you just said, as the president was in Guinea, the people were sending troops to the border there because it's like they got intel that the president went over there for something else. Because if you actually went over there to make sure to resolve this issue or what is happening in Lofa, I don't think you are going to be there and then we see the Guinean president sending people to come to that place. So the president went on something else, and this is why they don't want to come out to tell the Liberian people, because if you went over there actually for that issue, you are not going to come sitting to have a conference again to tell Liberian people, oh, we're trying to resolve the issue. What did you go to do there? You start money. Then you get those other irresponsible boys and girls calling themselves lawmakers. They coming to put themselves together to go and see how they can resolve the issue. Then what you see, so there is something they don't want to tell the Liberian people. So we are just in prayer with our people, their safety and well-being in Lofa, because let's just know that we are all Liberians, no matter which country you come from. You have to empathize it. Why if it were my country? But the government, they don't want to come straight. They don't want to be transparent, and that's just it.
You know what? We're giving 10 minutes. Let me come here again, Mabel. Let me chime you with something. I want to understand something. One of the greatest military manual written in history, they call it The Art of War, were written by Sun Tzu, a former Chinese military general. And Steve always says something right. Military people don't think like us ordinary people.
No.
Everything about them is calculated and planned. They are disciplined kind of people. 35% of all corporate American CEO in this country have a military background, because they're taking the job of CEO to think strategically how to make a country to become profitable. Let me tell you something. We cannot project gaining long-term objective. It could be about critical mineral in our river. It could be about exploiting certain loophole in all treated the Liberian Guinea Sound before. It could be about land grab. We cannot tell. And why do you think Guinea will want to show their card if they got a long-term objective?
Yeah.
They were close to their chest. You think it's a responsibility of the Guinean president to come and give an update or kind of a hint as to what they want to achieve? No, that's Joseph Boakar's responsibility. That's why every single Liberian around the world keep guessing, because we don't know what's happening and how we can make the case, because we were never told by our own leaders. The Guineans, like I said, the only reason why they still occupy that territory, they have an ulterior motive. And that ulterior motive we cannot figure out. Let me tell you something, maybe I'll make a typical example. People talk about this war that happened in Iran. You know what happened before the war started? There was an agreement between America that were having a summit, not a summit, but a treaty, like a meeting, right? Donald Trump make an offer to the Iranians, because Iran always said, oh, we're under developing our uranium for civilian purposes. And past president, going back to the days of Jimmy Carter, Iran been deceiving America. Even the UN got tired because they used to have their inspection site from the UN Inspector General for the Atomic Energy Agency. So the offer that Donald Trump gave to Iran just before he can justify a war, he told them, he said, okay, you said you want to enrich uranium for civilian purposes, even though you're sitting there on the lake of oil. I know you are not looking for that for civilian purpose. You want to build a nuclear bomb. But there's what we'll do. We will give you an endless supply of enriched uranium just to finance or to support your civilian process. And you know what Iran did? They rejected it. But you know why America made that move? Because America want to expose Iran to the rest of the world that they're not building nuclear weapons because they want to use it for civilian purposes. So he made an offer that no other president in United States history made, not even Obama, even sending cash. He told them, say, okay, say you want the nuclear fuel for civilian purposes, America will supply every bit with non-stop, endless supply. And guess what they did? When they rejected it, the whole world knew that, no, you are not off for peace. You wanted a nuclear bomb. That's what happened to the president in Guinea. Look, those people know. I would tell my people at the border, stay put, take care of yourself, and don't risk your life, because the government who you want to even risk the level, they cannot even tell you definitively as to what's happening. So why would you want to put yourself on the line? And I will say it again, for as long as Guinean troops occupy that particular territory in Liberia, our risk is even higher than before this particular conflict. That's my final parting comment there, my final word.
Well, thank you. Quickly, in passing, receiving this information from the Ministry of Commerce, that the Ministry of Commerce has announced the prices, or the price, or better say the prices for gasoline and fuel in the rural counties, and hopefully on Monday, to our people there, maybe on Monday, because this listing is very huge, and we can't read everything out to our people today, but on Monday, we will come back to the issue of oil, or better say, the issue of energy, and tell you the reason why your transportation, even though the government come up with the pricing, but they haven't yet come up with any transportation fare. We don't know whether the transportation fare will be done by the LTMR, because now the LTMR is in charge, or maybe you stay in the Ministry of Transport. So on Monday, by the grace of God, maybe this agenda will be definitely in to be asking our people how the new changes of energy, the issue of transportation. So yeah, more because
Memo, let me do you a favor. I will not be here next week with you guys. Do you know that the Iranian crisis, your government is trying to take advantage of it by giving LPRC? Do you know that something they long plan to do? They want to use this crisis because we have been operating on an article of incorporation from the LPRC, because technically LPRC cannot be the player and be the one determining price. But because they have an ulterior motive, and guess who proposed that bill? It was Darius DeLong. They want to give LPRC unlimited power to be the one that will import, distribute, and store every petroleum product in the country in the name of a refund. Look, these guys are in our country, they are criminally minded. And our people don't understand this thing. Why do you think they came out with that bill in the name of a refund? Why Darius DeLong know about article of incorporation? You think the people that created state-owned enterprises back in the day, you think they were stupid? Because our economy is a free enterprise market-based system wherein the government and private enterprises can compete, but they want to take the private side and get everything to Amos 12 in the name of a refund. That's exactly what they are trying to achieve.
And when you do that, they will come in on Monday. When you do that, I don't even know what kind of control money that you want to take every other thing that had to do with private people.
Yes.
You want to give it to government 100%. Well,
yes,
that's it.
I mean that they learn that the chairman on foreign investment. So
then they get the other group, they get the other corrupt group, what they call the hydrocarbon committee, when I get rubber stamp people for money. That all they're trying to do. And Amos 12 will really love this, because guess what? It will concentrate all the power when it comes to energy in Liberia, which is the wrong thing to do.
Even more, I even posted about even LPRC opening gas station.
Oh, yeah.
How long are you going to maintain all these things? you can't even maintain your own security system today until everything is weak and open. But you want to open gas stations, and then where we are. So by the time the Liberia open gas station, where we have, for example, we have the petrol trade. By the time all the people go away, you have the corners. And so all the people go away now.
Yeah, they want to clean money out of business. That's the goal.
God. By the way, that Monday on a discussion. Yeah, Steve. But I'll get another thing before we go.
That's so good. Nothing else I have to say. Or let the government tell us what is happening in Lofa. Let it be transparent to the Liberian people. Our people, their safety and well-being it matters most. And Joseph Boakai took oath to protect the lives of all Liberians and to protect their safety and well-being lies in your hand. So let it tell what's happening. Whether they are mining in a place or whatsoever they are doing, let him tell Liberian people the truth. He's the commander-in-chief. That's all.
Joseph Boakai feels he doesn't owe anything to the Liberian people. Like Mr. Mauro said, this will be the only solution. If the Liberian people want to sit down there, Liberian people sit down there. Joseph Boakai will issue on it. But I'm saying to the Liberian people, if they want answers from Joseph Boakai and Unity Party, they don't have to wait for 2029. They can hold the government accountable now. And now is the best time. Don't let nobody fool you say protest can bring war, it can bring war, it can bring nothing. We've told you before, the Liberian army that only 2,000. All that be more they can be making water truck, whatever it is. They see the real friend man, they're not able to go stand there. So it's time for you to hold them accountable. But you haven't wait till 2029. Yeah, wait. Before 2029, all the boys will be millionaires in our country. I can tell you that. Because they will use this crisis against you. they will steal from you in this crisis. You'll watch and see. But Melbourne, that's it, folks. Thank you. Melbourne, it's up to you.
Thank you so much, Mark. Anything, today's Friday. Maybe you want to say answer to our people before we go home for the day. Okay, I think Mark gone already. Yeah, but Ali, quickly, we gotta go.
Yeah, Melbourne, stay safe. Have a nice weekend. Eid Mubarak to all Muslims around the world. Celebrate well. Today we just completed the 30 days. Don't go back to your old track. They say every Ramadan you commit yourself, and then right after the 30 days you jump back again to all the thing that you ask God for. God, please forgive me. I was doing this, I was doing that. And today you just break fast, then you go by. Don't be making mockery out of God.
And that's
making mockery out of yourself.
Yeah. I don't want to even say somebody saying, Brother Ali, you are quite correct. These are kind of things. That's why for some of us now we believe that some of the religions, some of the people who claim that they are religious tolerant or in fact they love God so dearly. No. Some people join into this thing just because of social activities. By the time they get Christmas kind, you see people into nightclub, they do all kinds of things. The same behavior that you just said, my brother. Some people today, they don't even sleep to their very homes. Some people now they will sleep outside tonight. Then what is the essence of you wasting your own time?
Why you are wasting your this is why I always tell people the thing they call fasting. If you get thing to abstain from eating and drinking in the day that fasting, then everybody can fast for the whole year. But the Lord will make the fast. You see,
my brother.
The Lord will make the fast. Then today some people maybe they stopped talking to their girlfriend and they were not visiting their boyfriend and thing. But tonight they go sleep with their boyfriend and girlfriend. You see.
The whole
day they were not going to Sheni Bar, D Calabar, they were not drinking. But some of them now go in their room now. They are star bottle there, Hennessy, all the Yamagama they drinking it today. You do it. Yes.
Yeah, you're right, man. But actually, you really said something, and I like that. I think maybe in 100 years from now, most of our people they will not understand that religion is just about people social activities. They just want to be part of some kind of routine to just socialize.
Let me tell you something.
But they're not really connected to God.
There are some people, they are not Christian, they are not Muslim, they don't go to church, they don't go to mosque, they just sitting. They are better than those that go to church and even go to the mosque. Because people that go to the church and the mosque, when you see their attitude, when you see their deeds that they are in, you will say no. Those people, they are not going to church, nothing but some of them, their deeds is better than you that going to church, going to mosque.
I agree with you, but you're right. And that's why when I see people condemning other sides, I say no. When you're not on the other side of the river, then for example, you see Guinea and Liberia border looking out. When you're not on the other side of the river, don't condemn the other side. Now, what my late grandmother used to say, you have to go on the tree before you make up the leaf. But if you not go on that tree, you'll not make up the leaf. Look. So sometimes people will be saying, oh, the other religion is there. No, your connection with God is the best. When you can read the Quran, when you can read the Bible, your connection, the way you treat people, your love for your fellow human, that what God even like more than anything.
Yes, and this is why God said in the Quran, in the Bible, love your neighbor as you love yourself. Okay, who does that? It's not easy. You see, it's not easy.
At the end of the day, today I said we're gonna do, man, but I tell you what you're talking about, you know. But everybody going to tonight. Myself going to Muslim, but I know. Oh, going to tonight, my man. See you, brother.
Okay, but see you Monday. Be safe. Have the enjoy your.
There are things we can do. We bring it good news and we give it to you. We touch it for podcast and connecting people and culture from here and up out of the globe. Monitor people who waiting to sell. Blessing that time and the efforts are rest. The project is giving us care and the purpose of them. So welcome and life with African.
I live
Master.
Clay Paris, who make on you, I can't ask Sktv-Lib. C'est ma chérie, tu n'as qu'à ase majamu. Enji sano muni, emu aye yo. Enji lofa mui, emu aye yo.
Sktv, the best in Liberia. Sktv, the best in Africa. Sktv, the best in Mama Liberia. Muscle rider, lofa, and grandmaster.
Ena dine ya tumale, ena salia ya tumale, ena kwanagli ya tumale, ena kodubwa ya tumale, ena dine ya tumale, ena salia ya tumale, ena kwanagli ya tumale, ena kodubwa ya tumale, ena napagi ya tumale, esta tiki, ena napagi ya tosi wako maya tumale,
Sktv, the best in Liberia. Sktv, the best in Africa. Sktv, the best in Mama Liberia. Muscle rider, lopa, and grandmaster.
There are things we can do. We bring in good news and we give it to you. We talking about podcasts and connecting people and culture from here and out part of the globe. For the top people who waiting to serve. The flesh, the time, and the efforts are rare. The broadcast we giving are real and I promise my best. To work with my life without fear. From Grandfather Nima to Lufa, from Riverside, River G to Chige, from Grand Crew, Bombing, Cape Mount, Monster Rider, San to Backwalu, from Maryland, Bonkan to the Mikey B. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB.
Sktv, the best in Liberia. Sktv, the best in Africa.